The following is a presentation of The Day.
A beautiful night in Killingly that feels more like a Hollywood red carpet premiere than a high school football game, as the energy of a debut buzzes. Two defending state champions, the new Killingly Trailblazers, host the premier program in Rhode Island, the Bishop Hendricken Hawks, defending Division I champions of Rhode Island. State champion versus state champion. State versus state. What can be better? And all the action is live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates. Every football fan knows no star player wins alone. It takes a full team to produce a win, and that's how the team of attorneys at Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates handle their cases. Voted best law firm by the readers of the day 6 years running, the attorneys at Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates work together, fighting insurance companies for you and your family. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too, with Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates. When you need a winning legal team off the field, call Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates in New London and East Greenwich. 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Hey, why have one attorney when you can have a team? Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Pasta Sanabria, and it's that time.
This is Phillies, and welcome to What's on the Menu. Pull up the Phillies and order a cheesesteak and get 10% off. All you got to do is say every day is game day. Yeah.
That's right. It's the Phillies pregame show. What's on the menu? Coach, welcome back. It's Friday night. No better place to be, and we've got a premier matchup between two heavyweights tonight.
It's great to be here, Casey. I'll tell you right now, just looking at these two teams with the pieces that they have, we're up for a great game tonight.
As we roll into the season this year, we're going to be bringing in a lot of new sponsor faces, a lot of new segments, a lot more content. But the one thing that's going to stay the same is we are going to highlight as many of these outstanding athletes as we can. Football week one, Killingly coming off of a state championship, Bishop Hendricken coming off a state championship. This is the Alliance week. Not only are they an Alliance opponent, they're an out-of-state opponent. So it's really something special tonight where you can't normally get the premier program in the ECC, the premier program in the state of Rhode Island. I mean, this has the makings of everything we could want.
Definitely. I had the experience to have that when we had a chance to play with a Rhode Island team, but this is definitely a lot bigger, a lot more proudful. This energy and the people out here have been ecstatic since this whole morning started.
Had a chance to go down on the field before the game. The energy is high. Killingly is a senior-laden team. They off that state championship, you'd think they have confidence. They certainly do. But Coach Chad Neal is very aware that unlike most of their week-to-week opponents, this opponent feels the same way they do.
That's right.
They're a defending state champion with a bunch of seniors coming back. They go into every week as the team that makes the other team uncomfortable. So it's weird when you have an opponent who feels the same way you do.
Oh, definitely, and I think this is a great challenge. Killingly being the elite in the league right now, this is a great start for them to show that we are here for a reason. We won the championship last year, and we have these guys coming back with that same kind of attitude. It's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be a great game for that.
So when you have a matchup like this, it's really important to kind of analyze what are the important parts of the game.
Definitely. I mean,
here are the keys to the game. This is Rich's Auto Body's keys to the game.
So what are the Rich's Auto Body keys to the game?
Well, let me tell you, Case, right now. Number one, Mighty Quinn. Killingly's RPO reputation on offense that run people over has another dimension this year, a passing game with a veteran quarterback like Quinn Sumner and 3 returning receivers. The other thing, too, is quaking without Oates. Oates last year was phenomenal. Can the Trailblazers stop the run without graduated all-conference linebacker Anthony Oates? And 3 right now, is keeping the ball away from this dynamic offense of Rhode Island. Killingly's offense may be able to stay on the field with that rushing attack and limit Hendrickson's chances. That favors them on their side. For Hendrickson, though, brother, I think it's just manage to start. New opponent, new season, new state. Navigate your early emotions with Killingly, and then go out there and act like a defending state champion. You know, the ground game is important. We always talk, both teams have it, but make the Trailblazers beat you through the air. Load up the box and try limited rushing attacks, blitzes, and zone areas that can get them going. And then last, ball control. Best way to keep Killingly's offense off the field is to keep the ball control. Can they exploit the departure of Anthony Oates? We'll see today.
There are your Rich's Auto Body keys to the game. Everyone wants their keys back fast, but you definitely want the job done right. Rich's Auto Body in New London, family owned and operated for 30 years, is the area's most trusted source for quality auto body work. Don't lose sleep over your auto body repairs. Rest easy knowing the job is in good hands with Rich's Auto Body. So there were your Rich's Auto Body keys to the game as part of the Phillies pregame What's on the Menu. You see the Killingly Trailblazers. That's a theme we're going to be talking about all night tonight. You know, not to get lost in this great battle is Killingly debuting their new mascot, the Trailblazers. You know, and they are in their own right Trailblazers, and it's a mascot chosen by the students as a way to recognize the history and the creative spirit that Killingly embodies. And right now, one of the best entrances in all the land.
No doubt.
Coming onto the field, there's Coach Chad Neal, and he is going to welcome the Trailblazers for the first time onto this field in a pregame. They've been Killingly High School for a couple of years now. Welcome the Trailblazers.
I got goosebumps.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
That's electric, Casey. We are back.
To the field.
Nothing quite like it. The Killingly Trailblazers through just an absolute incredible group of youth football players, cheerleaders, band members. They run through full crowd, full rosters. I'll tell you right now, I got the goosebumps.
You got goosebumps more than a bad road in New York City, brother. You are feeling it. I'm feeling the same way. Look at the mounds and mounds of young men and women out there who play U.S. football and looking at this opportunity to see what there can be in the next couple of years. Great attitude, great culture in this town.
You want to know why Killingly is a program and not a team? This is a conversation Mike DeMoro and I had. That's why right there. This entire community turns out. The crowd is full. It's standing room only. And you've got 100+ youth football players, and all they want is to someday be on this sideline.
That's right.
You've got 100 cheerleaders that all they want is to someday cheer on these sidelines. This program will be healthy for a long time. That being said, I go back. It was in the early 80s when I first heard the name Bishop Hendricken, because Coach Bunicor, over, as you call him, Papa Bunicor.
Yeah, Papa Buni.
Oh, he played Bishop Hendricken because he was looking for elite teams outside of the conference to play. He reached into Rhode Island, and New London played Bishop Hendricken. So Bishop Hendricken has been good for decades.
Right.
So there's no one better suited to be here tonight than these two.
You talked about the history of this program and how it connects, how we relate to our programs in Connecticut. The longevity of Ansonia, the speed and the tenacity of that defense that they have, all that could compile. But we have one of our best teams here as the Trailblazers coming to establishing in that first day. They're going to try to show them what Connecticut football is all about.
So we should let you know now that, like I said, there's going to be a lot of new segments here on game day. We will have, for the first time ever, touchdowns will be sponsored by Great Wolf Lodge. Sacks and tackles for losses will be sponsored by Hyde Park Landscaping. Kickoffs will be sponsored by Norwich Free Academy. It's going to be a lot of new names in action tonight, folks. You're going to have to bear with me, but as the captains emerge shortly, we'll have the coin toss sponsored as well. So a lot of things here tonight on game day that we'll be doing for the first time, and it's right now We're right in the middle of the What's on the Menu pregame show, brought to you by Phillies. And what's really exciting for Phillies is that he's opening up a brand new location.
Awesome.
So if you want to know all about Phillies, right across from the sub base is Philly's brand new location in Groton. If you want the ECC's favorite cheesesteak, you can go to a brand new spot. Also, hiring ongoing at Phillies. You can become a part of the Phillies family. Check them out at the patio at Mohegan Sun for the concert series. But right across from the sub base in Groton, brand new Phillies spot. And that will conclude the first ever What's on the Menu Phillies pregame show. Woo-hoo. As the captains head out for the coin toss, we should let you know that game day is also brought to you by Dairy Queen. Locations in Groton, Taftville, and Pawcatuck. Dairy Queen is the go-to for fabulous food and sweet treats that can't be beat. When you need something satisfying, you want to go to Dairy Queen, Groton, Taftville, and Pawcatuck.
High alumni.
Captains out. Coin toss.
Casey, I am so excited, man. The energy here. Even the cheerleading crew. Look at all the micros, juniors, and senior cheerleaders that are all out here. Fan base is packed. Smell a little bit of that hot dog on the corner here from the distance. You got me with my appetite with all those sponsors there, Casey. I'm telling you right now.
You know, food's always a good way to go.
Oh, yeah.
You know, here's the thing I always wonder, and you can answer this. You were, it's different in football. If you're the road team,
Yep.
you want the ball first?
I've always said yes to establish that, but some coaches are really good about confidence building, and they let their defense go out first. So based on the scenario of the situation and the team, I would say there's nothing wrong with going first in the offense and letting them know we're going to establish this.
So the coin toss has been done. And it looks like Killingly will get the ball first.
Bishop Hendricken has won the toss and
So Bishop Hendricken won. They deferred.
Will receive the opening kickoff.
So Killingly will get the ball first, so we're going to see that Bishop Hendricken defense, and we're going to find out what we can see about the Killingly offense. A lot of returning players. We'll find out that physicality. The one thing Coach Chad Neal said is they're so used to being the most physical team in every matchup. Bishop Hendricken will be the only team, perhaps, on the entire schedule that feels they should be more physical than them.
Exactly.
Even teams like Massac, outstanding team who thinks they can beat Killingly, might say, you know what, they're going to be physical with us. Bishop Hendricken wants to be more physical than Killingly, and man, that is a tall task.
Definitely.
Allowed on the road to get to and from the field. In order to access the concession stand or the bathrooms, you should do so by going down the stadium stairs. We also have porta-johns along the back of
We'll
the
be
school
coming right back
behind
with
press
the
box.
NFA opening kickoff
Let's have a great evening
right
of
after
football.
the national
Now
anthem.
please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Great job by the band.
If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org. NFA, of course, will have the opening kickoff. All kickoffs this year on game day brought to you by Norwich Free Academy, NFA. The great Soren Reef.
That's right.
UConn's Soren Reef here.
Imagine that. And he
Saying
still
hello
has that
in the
beautiful
booth.
kid smile there, Case. Unbelievable. Great to see him today.
You know, when we talk about great programs, if you go back, right, when we talk about New London for decades and decades, there's those signature players that come along that keep the program anchored over the course of a generation.
Yep.
Killingly has them. Fitch has them.
Right.
You know, programs can look back at those. For Killingly, Soren Reef is an anchor player, signature guy. When they look back 20 years from now, they'll still talk about Spencer Lockwood. They'll talk about Soren Reef. And there are guys here on this Killingly team.
Exactly. Still going to be one part of that tradition.
Because they want another state championship, and then they can say anchor player. So Hendricken will kick it off. Xavier Calderon with the boot line drive up the middle, bouncing around. Lack of communication there, but taken and down at the 20 will be Hayden Allard, and we'll get our first chance to see Killingly Trailblazers offense. That was the NFA opening kickoff.
The biggest thing here for both teams is it's going to be energetic. Learn how to gear down and try to make no key mistakes here that would cost you a problem. So go full speed, play hard, and hopefully they'll have those mistakes not happen.
Quinn Sumner operates from the eye. Handoff. Allard hit right away by Rollins Sonpon off the edge.
Number 32, Hayden Allard on the carry.
No gain there.
About 1 yard.
Defense looks like they're going to try to hit every gap and try to stop this offense from going downhill and picking up speed. The down linemen right now are just shooting them to those gaps and trying to make those double teams not be neutralized.
Pro set, offset, Sumner. Quick hit, Allard, big hole, up the middle, and you know what? He gone! Off to the races! It is our first Great Wolf Lodge touchdown! And of course it belongs to Hayden Allard, straight up the chute and gone! Howell at Great Wolf Lodge. No one likes a touchdown more than a football family, and your family can enjoy Great Wolf Lodge. Hayden Allard off to the races.
The discipline right there was lost by Bishop Hendricken as they were looking towards that outside play. He was uncovered. A couple of good blocks there, an open gap, no safety, downtown all the way.
Extra point coming. Huge start for Killingly. Cooper Logie in for the extra point for the Trailblazers. Snap is low, and they're going to have to roll. Rolling, and trying to get in for the two-point conversion. Diving. Did he get there? He did! Jaden Barnett, the holder, heads up and got to the pylon. Everything going right there for the Trailblazers. They're up 8-0.
That's the thing about Chad Neal. He practices scenarios. In that scenario, the low snap caused him to bobble. He found control, worked his way to that pylon, got in there.
So nothing makes a football family happier than a touchdown, and nothing will make your family happier than a trip to Great Wolf Lodge. With a brand new location at Foxwoods Resort and Casino, Great Wolf Lodge is the premium place for year-round entertainment that is perfectly suited for the entire family. With its world-famous indoor water park, Great Wolf Lodge is never out of season. Indoor adventure facilities, virtual reality rooms, and quests for the kids are just a few of the many reasons your family will love to howl at Great Wolf. Check out their amazing rooms, reasonable prices, and top-notch facilities, and make Great Wolf Lodge your go-to for family fun. Early going, 8-0 Trailblazers. That first play, nothing there. You saw that gap discipline a little lacking there.
Yeah.
Bishop Hendricken got to the wrong spot, and you know that once Hayden Allard's out in the open, that's all she wrote. Time for another NFA kickoff. Killingly will let this one fly. Logie will kick it off from the 40. High End over end, spiraling kick comes down at the 5-yard line. Rollins Sonpon shows some speed, breaks a tackle, and gets it out to almost the 30-yard line. Excellent return by Rollins Sonpon.
Taken down by number 13.
The speed by Bishop Hendricken was noted right there as he got himself away and worked his way to the outside with that speed and getting positive yards.
So now we'll get a chance to see, and there is a flag on the play, so that's usually where somebody had a block in the back or a hold, and we'll see what the actual call is. And if it is in fact one of those, it's going to negate a very good run back. It was in fact a block in the back, so depending on where it is, Bishop Hendricken likely to start inside their own 10. They are. They're going to be back at what looks to be the 7-yard line.
The one thing I learned from Coach Cochran, he used to always say, if you keep that team inside that 20, it's a very high probability they'll lose that ball or lose the opportunity. So this is a good favor right now for Killingly's defense to start off in this position.
Killingly will turn it over to junior quarterback Isaiah Brito. He'll look for Jeremy Seedy as one of his main backs. We saw the speed of Sonpon. They'll be looking for them as well. So in the backfield with Brito, 3 receivers. Handoff up the middle to Sonpon. Good hole. Sonpon breaks a tackle, stiff arms a defender, and has a first down. Check that. That is Jeremy Seedy. So Jeremy Seedy, who, by the way, is a West Point commit. That young man, Jeremy Seedy, going off to West Point.
A physical runner right there. As he got to that next level, he stayed low and kept his feet running, tucking the ball when that defender came in. Good, secure ball. Happy he's going to West Point.
Big offensive line for Bishop Hendricken. You know they're going to be physical. There was an indication right there. And that's a first down. Gets them back out to the 25-yard line. Seedy stands to the right of Brito. Motion man across. Little screen. Out it goes to Jalen Reynolds. And Reynolds is hit immediately and buried. Good tackle, Peyton Wallace.
Great discipline. These corners have to come up today and play physical ball. Big receiver came in there, but he got a good technique, kind of that wrestling technique, got under him and put a good tackle on him.
2nd and 9. I like the play call. They got it out to the playmaker Reynolds quickly, but great closing speed on the outside by the Killingly defense. And I think off that first run, you know, it's interesting, like big play on the first run, and then they go to the pass. Are they trying to establish some variety here in the early going? Because I would have just kept handing it to number 6.
Right on.
Out in the flat, pass thrown high, and broken up by Hayden Allard. Beautiful play. Remember that 100-yard pick 6 for Allard last year. We know he likes to be out there on an island, and he went up against the much bigger Jalen Reynolds, knocked it down. It's now 3rd and 9.
His experience has made him a confident cornerback that knows how to play in the big ocean of football, and that's going to be a matchup throughout the night that he's going to be there making play after play. I like that both teams are playing actually an odd front. That 3-4 defense that we always talk about, what's good about it, what's not good about it, we've seen on both sides what's happening.
3rd and 9. Big play for the Hendricken offense. Brito, plenty of time. Deep ball. Again, looking for Reynolds. Overthrown. Defended that time by Allard. That time defended by Allard Part 2, Hunter Allard. So both Allards defending Reynolds on different plays. It'll bring up 4th down, and Hendricken will punt.
The check plus here, 3 and outs. If Killingly can do this and get the offensive ball, we'll be all right.
Hayden Lamont and Hayden Allard back deep to return the punt.
Lamont and Allard back deep for the Trailblazers. They stand at their own 35-yard line. Xavier Calderon, the kicker.
Number 51, Xavier Calderon.
Also the punter. We'll see his leg for the first time as a punter. Good snap. Punts off. Hit and fair caught made at the 42-yard line by Allard. So all sacks and tackles for a loss this year will be brought to you by Hyde Park Landscape. Hyde Park Landscape has been beautifying landscapes all over eastern Connecticut and beyond since 1980. Offering quality landscape design, construction, maintenance, and lawn care. With over 45 years experience, they provide a one-stop shop for all your landscape needs. So whether it's creating that outdoor living space you always wanted or just helping maintain the look of your property, they can put their years of experience and integrity to work for you. So give their team a call at Hyde Park Landscape or check out hydeparklandscape.com. Killingly, Sumner, gonna throw, over the middle, has Allard, he's off to the races. 1 Allard, 2 Allard, 3 Allard, more, both of them in the end zone, another Killingly score. Great Wolf Lodge, touchdown, Trailblazers letting it all go here in the opener.
Quick hits, power plays. These guys are phenomenal coming off in their offensive scheme. They knew something about them during the studies, and it's showing off on one play, big plays. Unbelievable.
Right in the seam, wow. Allard caught it in stride. There was no chance, no one near him. And it is now 14-0 extra point coming from Cooper Logie. Last time we had a low snap and he got a 2-point conversion. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good.
Kick is good.
Let's take a look at this pass down the seam to Hunter Allard.
One of the biggest things was his brother went in motion and moved that safety, was not there to pick him up. So that special motion that he did unexpectedly broke the defense down.
So the Allard brothers getting Killingly off to a great start. 14 to now 15-0. And that Killingly offense is going to be a problem. Now, I was told in their scrimmages this year, the first team offense scored every time they had the ball in every postseason scrimmage. I can see why.
Casey, they're doing it year after year after year. We talked about the generations doing it year after year after year. This is something that's confident, repetitive, and leading towards big plays like this. I'm really, really happy to see how Killingly's starting off the season.
So Hendricken is going to have, now remember, they get the ball back, and they're not going to panic.
That's right.
They got to get it right here, though. They've got to put a little something together right here because on the road, opening night, things can go off the rails pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And you know Killingly's not going away offensively. So
I was intimidated when they started playing that Metallica just before the team came out. Great energy here at Killingly.
Logie to kick it off. High kick. Again, coming down at the 12-yard line, taken by Sanpan. Sanpan shows that speed to the outside, and nice return down the sidelines across the 40 to nearly the 45. Well, they're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. What a great run by Rollins Sanpan.
Great special team execution there. That's what we call like a seal-off run to the right. It was designed that way, and that's what got that avenue or that alley wide open to go right around the corner and gain some positive yardage.
That was, of course, another NFA kickoff. And Sanpan, another flag down in the play. Sanpan with a great return off of the NFA kickoff. And depending on the flag, I think that's just more of a sideline warning. Yep, sideline warning. So first and 10, Bishop Hendricken. The Hawks have it at their own 45-yard line. Brito and a whistle. Snap, that's usually a false start. Officials get together, and it is going to, in fact, it's going to be a 5-yarder, it looks like. Actually, no. It is a penalty, but
Sportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. I'm wondering if that's right off the heels of the sideline.
Could be. Sometimes an intensity like this can make a coach burst or someone say something that they're not supposed to say.
So, I mean, whoever it's against, bad timing.
Yeah.
Off the back-to-back touchdowns from Killingly. You got a great return. You're out near midfield, and now you're going to be first and 25. Tough spot.
They got to keep their composure. Hopefully they'll do it in this offensive series.
Brito operates from the shotgun. Hands the ball off, and there's your first Hyde Park cleanup. In the backfield, Jeremy Mackey, and he came in and made the hit. And if your lawn got hit this summer by the heat, you call Hyde Park Landscape, and they'll come in for a cleanup Mackey, what a play.
It's a great read. It's a hot read. I think this comes from an old scheme of what you see from the lineman. If he does a move, fly through. What he did, he read it, and he went there, and it was just what it was designed to be. A tackle for a loss.
So
Crazy Joe.
second and 29 as Hendricken having to go the wrong direction right now off of what was a great kickoff. Brito fakes the handoff, goes straight up the middle, gets a couple of yards before he's brought down by the interior of the Killingly line. Looks like Walter Oconee with the tackle for Killingly.
The good thing is this defense can flex from what you see a tough front of 5 people right on the line to flex out a little bit and cover the pass. In this situation of being third and a country mile, you can see the defense will flex back a little bit, keep everything in front of them, and make sure that they seal the tackle so they can get another 3 and out.
I mean, we got 7:50 remaining in the first quarter.
Woo.
A lot going on. 3rd and long. Brito wants to throw, slings it, caught, in space, and showing speed straight up the gut. Jabari Jackson. That's a great Wolf Lodge touchdown. JJ to the house. Hendricken answers. Jabari Jackson outran everybody.
Wow, a tough call. They called a blitz where they send a lot of guys in the pressure, and that left the middle open. If a linebacker dropped back, he could have been there to make the plays. That was a very hard call for 3rd and long, but yeah, guess what? Bishop Hendricken's back right now.
Cheating up the middle, they got caught, and I don't think Killingly is used to the speed they just saw there from Jackson, that he split both safeties, got off to the races, gets Hendricken right back in it. Extra point attempt from Calderon is up, and it is good. So Bishop Hendricken cutting it back to a 1-score game, 15-7. Let's take a look there. Jackson makes that one-man miss, and look at him go. And he outraced Allard, who we know can fly. Allard got a piece of him, but at the end, too much speed from Jackson.
Yeah, neutralized the fan base here as everybody was kind of hushed after that play.
Coach Neal, shall we say, nonplussed.
Nonplussed. No, we got to go to the next play. That's one thing about Coach Neal that I've always enjoyed is that next play could be a great play. So we'll see what happens here.
So Killingly, who has not had any issues in their first 2 possessions, will have the kickoff. Of course, kickoff's brought to you by NFA. So Hendricken will line up and let this one fly from the 40-yard line. And Allard, 1 and 2. Hayden and Hunter Allard will be back deep for the Trailblazers, as we're only 7:26 remaining here in the first period, and we have seen a lot of offensive fireworks. It started with the smoke show in the pregame, and it hasn't stopped since.
No, that was exciting. They had goosebumps, and I still have them. They're still up in the air.
Xavier Calderon to kick off for Hendricken.
We'll see if Hendricken kicks it off to the Allards. I think right now everyone just wants to take a breath. In fact, he bangs it over the head of everybody into the end zone for the touchback. So Killingly will have their possession. That was the NFA kickoff. I got to take a breath myself.
Yeah, you're doing good, though. I mean, with all the ads and everything, brother, you are on point. That's why I got to give you credit. That track season helped us out. 5 hours, brother. Remember that? And we didn't stop.
With no porta potty in sight
No porta
either,
potty
by
in
the way.
sight. We were like in outer space, holding it down.
Everybody worried about my oxygen level. I told them worry about, some other things. First down. Killingly. Fullback dive. Mackey, stiff arms, and rumbles outside, close to a first down. I love the tough run in there from Joseph Mackey.
That's great. That's an A-gap run, typical fullback dive. Those guys got to make the tackle, but he's a hard runner. Great cruising run right there.
And I mean, the body language of Hendricken right now is like the physicality. You can see it already. It's a nice fall night. It's cool. But again, that first game, no matter how many practices, no matter how many scrimmages you run, first game is always taxing. Another handoff, and that's going to be a little Hyde Park cleanup tackle for a loss made by Hendricken. They banged the back. And back behind the line of scrimmage, Allard loses everything, but now they're going to say 1.5 yards. So tackle for a loss there, and Hendricken's defense rising to the occasion.
Well, that right side read that play. They knew what was going to happen, and they filled the gaps, and they neutralized the push from that offensive line.
Back to the I on 2nd and 11. Sumner. Toss right. Allard trying to get to the outside, and not much there as he's run out of bounds right after he got the lost yardage back, but it will bring up 3rd and probably going to call it 9 for the Trailblazers.
No, great pursuit by the left-hand side as that safety was trying to make sure he stayed over top, and the guys were making their respective angles of their gaps. So that was a good play by the defense.
So, of course, everybody knows RPO and Killingly run people over. I joked that Quinn Sumner wanted it to turn into real passing offense.
Real passing offense,
This
yeah.
is the difference between the state championship Killinglys and the other really good Killinglys.
Yes.
The ability to throw the ball in passing downs,
Yes.
not just when people don't expect you to throw it.
Exactly.
Play action, Sumner looks, has him in, over the top, perfectly thrown ball, and a first down into Hendricken territory as he dropped a dime to Callan Senecal, and that's a first down for the Trailblazers.
That front line picked up the pass protection. Excellent job. They gave the pocket for the quarterback. The old 2 route pattern. You have a corner route and a flat route. That flat route was wide open, but the confidence in this quarterback, man, he just said, I'm going to go right over the shoulder. Beautiful pass, great catch, first down.
RPO, real
RPO.
passing offense, because that's a pro route, and that's a tough ball for a high school kid to throw. He put it right on the outside shoulder, and where no one else could get it in traffic, loved it. Short side toss, Allard, and he'll only get about 2 first on the play for Bishop Hendricken. Julio Broccoli. Not only is he a good tackler, he's high in vitamin D.
In the years and years of you calling out names, I think that was the one that I would sit back and say, bro, it's 2025. You're starting it right. You know, why not with broccoli?
My favorite of the green vegetables.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Try to stay away from the leeks. I don't like those kind of, salads. Spinach, nah. Popeye got my heart away from spinach.
2nd and 6. Trailblazers in Hawks territory. Sumner, play action, rolls right, throws across the middle, high and tipped. Great defense out there by Rollins Sanpon as Senecal was running that drag route and he was not there.
The play action rollout pass right there, the best defensive player right there was the edge player. He stayed in control to keep that quarterback from going outside. And then defenders were responsible for each receiver, made it a tough throw. So great defensive effort there by Bishop Hendricken.
And again, the confidence that Killingly has in Sumner and their ability to throw makes this a manageable 3rd and 6 for them. They can do multiple things. They go on that short side toss to Allard. Allard's going to be right up towards the first down, and they'll move the chains as Allard lowered his shoulder and put down the boom. Trailblazers are still on the march.
I want to give you a little story. Papa Bunicor, when we ran our pro sets, we used to run quick pitch, and that play right there is a quick pitch. What I love about it is the evolution and confidence has made that quick pitch into a rugby pitch, which makes that opportunity for those defenders having to hustle to get to the ball. So I love that little rugby swagger that they had. Bullet right to him and let him run.
I agree. That is not an easy pitch. For years, teams avoided that short side pitch because if you can get it out quick, it becomes a quick hitter. The problem to running to the short side was that the pitch took so long, the defenders could pursue, and with the sideline, it really wasn't an effective play. Killingly has mastered that short side quick pitch. Handoff up the middle, and a gain of about 4. Looks like Dimitri Johnson for Bishop Hendricken on the tackle.
Handoff is number 21, Caden Gurden.
That was Gurdy on the run.
The physical offensive psychology is if you can run 3 yards every play and get yourself into a 3rd and short, the psychology of that to the defense is we're still out here, we're weaning. Right now, this defense, you're starting to see some of them put their hands on their hips. Kind of shocked.
I'm going to give you it's not a hot take, we'll call it a lukewarm take after this play from Killingly. Handoff again goes to Gurton, and not much there that time. It'll be a loss, and that's a Hyde Park landscape cleanup there on 2nd down. So I'm going to go with this one. Killingly, because they're having success throwing the ball, and because they've hit a couple of quick plays, has to get back into. They need a drive where they can just get physical again. Your offensive line, you hit a big play, you hit a pass play for a touchdown, and it's like as an offensive lineman, you kind of get out of that grind mentality. this is a better drive for them to kind of, their offensive line really hasn't settled into the game yet.
No, and the good thing about it, it's managing the time, keeping that offense away.
I formation, 3rd and 6. Handoff on a reverse. Outside Allard, and beautifully defended. Rushing to the ball and getting there was Jeremy Seedy. And he's going to lose 3. He got a little bit toasted right there. And if your lawn's been toasted this summer, you want to call Hyde Park Landscape, get him out there for some aeration and seeding.
Yo, you go. That's awesome.
So Seedy on the tackle, and if your lawn needs some seeding, you call Hyde Park Landscape.
He planted that seed on that play. Great job.
So 4th and 9, and I think this is no man's land, right? You got to go for it because a punt isn't going to do much for you.
Right.
I think you put it up in the air, and this might be one of those.
Well, look at this formation, Casey.
Trips right. Sole receiver left. Bishop Hendricken shows pressure. They drop out. They send it in the flat. Allard catches it, shows his speed. First down, Trailblazers. What a read by Quinn Sumner. He felt the blitz. He stood in front of the blitz and delivered the strike.
That's a hot play. I love it. He stayed in the pocket, took the hit, but he knew when he saw the back come out of the backfield, the distance separation, the linebacker was great. He threw the ball, got the first down. Another set of chains moving down. This young man is showing a lot of promise. Number 7, Quinny's got a lot of talent.
I formation. Sumner under center. Fullback dive. Mackey has it, and he'll gain 3. It's stripped, but they're going to blow the whistle dead. Oh, Seedy doesn't like that one. Seedy stripped the ball from Mackey, but they said the whistle was already done.
Number 33, Joseph Mackey. Pick him about 4 yards.
This offense is kind of like a traditional orthodox boxer, throwing the jabs with the dives, coming around with some counter looks, miscues, and then going some outside plays. Now, they're not pretty good on the outside plays because of the way the defense is playing right now, but you can go off tackle, cut it under, and you can get those positive yards working your way to the outside. So, again, Killingly's doing a real good job punching in areas where they know the defense is soft.
2nd and 6. Clock down to 2:15. Killingly taking a little bit of time. I think they want to try to get this thing down towards the quarter, let them be a little bit mindful of the clock. Sumner hands to Allard. Allard breaks it outside and dives for the pylon. Waiting for the signal, and he's going to howl with a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. No better place for family fun than Great Wolf Lodge. No better place for a touchdown run than our guy there, Hayden Allard. And the Trailblazers are back on the board, 21-7.
That's the way to answer back. Have an offensive drive that kills the clock, pounds it, makes the defense tired. Trust me, this is like that Rocky Balboa offense that I love to see, that down the road would make that defense a little bit tough in the 4th quarter.
Cooper Logie in for the extra point. Good snap. Holds up. Strong leg is through and true. And with 1:58 remaining here in the 1st quarter, 22-7. Let's take a look at the touchdown from Hayden Allard.
Got the 2 backers leading the way, and they kick one in, kick one outside, and Allard's talent to not give up, go right there and drive, and he's a tall back for a running back in the league. Forced his way downhill, got those yardage to get to the end zone. Coach Neal right now is doing a great job keeping the tempo on that offense.
So 22-7. 1:58 remaining here in the 1st quarter. The band has got a lot to celebrate right now. They are playing the touchdown song here for the Trailblazers, and what a debut for the mascot, right? Trailblazers, 22 first quarter points against the Division I Rhode Island champions.
And you got to count the 3 kabooms from the cannon over here. Unbelievable, powerful cannon that they have over here.
Killingly Trailblazer cheerleaders happy. The Bishop Hendricken sideline looking for some answers, but let's not forget, we're in the 1st quarter. We still have 3 more quarters to go, and they get the ball in the 2nd half. I mean, this has the makings of a wacky, 42-35 kind of a game.
Again, what we've seen too is key mistakes that cost big plays. So got to be careful. The discipline still has to be for 4 quarters. Let's see how this defense comes up for Killingly.
Loved what we saw from Hendricken the last offensive series. Here's an NFA kickoff. Logie bangs it down to the 5-yard line. Taken there. And nice return again by Hendricken. Jordy Koo got it out past the 40-yard line. Hendricken has had a very good return game. If I'm going to pick on one thing from Killingly, I'm going to say specials, right?
Yeah.
Bad snap once, and then they've given up some big plays on the return game.
Yeah, they should see right now that what they're seeing in special teams is that getting blocked by numbers. And so if they can make that adjustment, maybe putting in a squib kick or even deepen the kick to the corner, and if you could do that, that might make that special team kind of adjust on that side. So we'll see how it goes. The offense is coming out right now for Bishop Hendricken.
Big play last time to Jabari Jackson.
Yeah.
First and 10 for Hendricken.
First and 10, Hendricken. Ball at the 36-yard line of Killingly. Frito. Handoff straight up the middle. Big hole, Seedy. Seedy, first down and more into Trailblazers territory.
The young man ran so hard he almost lost his pants on that play. Wow, that physical interior line and the way he runs kind of reminds me of, honestly, a little Jerome Bettis. Doesn't have any pads on his arms, just gets that ball, and he's running it like a true running back.
I'll tell you right now, this game is in its infancy.
Yes.
Because Hendricken, I think they're showing right now some early mistakes, but I like what I'm seeing from this Hendricken offense right now. They have weapons all over the place, and Seedy, very physical back. Right back to him again, big hole again, and he's going to get 5. Better job, but you see the size of the Killingly linemen. For years, Killingly has put what amounts to 9 linebackers on the field.
Yep.
Bigger linebackers and smaller linebackers, but I mean, ultimately, these kids are all about the same size. You don't see the hulking linemen.
Well, the difference here is that this defense is set up in that 3-4 or that 5-2, the way you call it, is set up for speed, movement. So you have these smaller nose guards. Coach used to love the small nose guards running middle guard stunts, stuff like that. While on the other side, they have those big linemen and to try to work on gap control.
2nd and 5. Love the options here. If you're Hendricken, you can do anything you want here on 2nd and 5. They're going to run that short side toss as well, and bouncing out and getting the first down is Jeremy Dennis.
Pitch to number 9, Jeremy Dennis.
So what you're seeing here, too, from Hendricken is how many people touch the football.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen now 4 and 5 Hendricken, right? We've seen multiple receivers, Reynolds, Jackson. We've seen Seedy, we've seen Dennis. So we've seen them spread the wealth. Makes them more difficult to defend for sure.
Well, there's another CD that's doing a great job, number 61. That offensive line right now is warmed up. You can see them slapping hands saying that they know the tempo, they know what they have to do. So that's good for Bishop Hendricken right now. Big offensive line.
1st and 10, Hendricken at the Trailblazer 34-yard line. Handoff to Dennis. And he's going to get about 4 on first down, wrapped up by Mackey. But a good run on first down from Jeremy Dennis.
Yeah, the formation here, having that little slot back or fullback, I would call it, having him in that position, you can have that extra player that could work on the inside for ISOs or even a small trap, or they call it a wham trap. And the offensive lineman, his movement's been really good. So far, that's the edge right now that's making this offense be a plus.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Hard to believe, 22-7. Trailblazers on top. We'll be right back. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
On game day, the crowd may be divided, but when it comes to your legal team, the choice is clear. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates is the legal team that fights for you and your family after you've been injured. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates have been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because their team of attorneys brings strategy, teamwork, and determination to every insurance claim. Win or lose on the field, when you need real results, the legal team to call is Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich. 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team? Everyone wants their keys back fast, but you definitely want the job done right. Rich's Auto Body in New London, family owned and operated for 30 years, is the area's most trusted source for quality auto body work. Don't lose sleep over your auto body repairs. Rest easy knowing the job is in good hands with Rich's Auto Body.
We're we're back. Start of the second quarter. It feels like I've been here for 6 hours, and we've only been through one quarter. 22-7, Trailblazers on top.
My brother, I was telling you earlier, we're going to have to get some ice up here to ice those tonsils the way you've been working, man. They're nice and red like a NASCAR going into the turn, brother.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 7 to open the second quarter for Hendricken.
Opening the second quarter, Hendricken. Handoff Seedy, and he dives forward for a gain of 2, but Mackey got there and got him in the backfield, and so just into the forward progress. It'll bring up, call it 3rd and 6. I think it was maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, and that play, Mackey read it really quick and got there before the fullback or that back that's inside should have met up with him. So there is now that adjustment that the defense doing, seeing that read and making it kind of an automatic blitz. And that's going to make the adjustments on defense a lot better with that kind of running system that they have.
Big 3rd down here for Hendricken. I think it's 4-down territory for them here because they're in no man's land as well. So this is 2 plays to get 6 yards. Brito throws, shoots it, and a beautiful catch, and heading into the end zone.
Wow.
Jalen Reynolds, touchdown Hawks. And as the Hawks fly into the end zone, the Wolves at Great Wolf say, hey, that's another Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Hendricken cuts it to a 1-score game.
No doubt. That's a true isolation play. When you have the receivers all on the other side and the defensive backs have to bump that coverage over, it leaves that corner in a kind of isolated land with a slant route. So where he was lined up, being an outside, the receiver read that, ran the slant, wide open, missed tackle, touchdown.
Calderon in for the extra point, and it is blocked. So it is not a 1-score game. It is a 2-score game. So that's where the 2-point conversion and the blocked extra point come into play. 3-point swing. Let's take a look.
Backside slant right there, and again, he was going for the ball. I can understand that, but when you're playing that position, you have to have at least a hand on the body, then working on that tackle so that you could secure that tackle. But guess what? Didn't happen.
Peyton Wallace, great defender, but he's got to know I got no safety help. So if I miss, it's touchdown.
Right.
So that's a calculated gamble, right? And that time, the size of Reynolds,
Yep.
We saw him earlier, but the big receiver.
Yep.
And that time, that size paid off. I just think Hendricken is much better than they showed earlier when they had a little bit of issues. It was really a penalty that got them in trouble.
Yep.
And as
Field
it turns
position.
out, by the way, the penalty was against an assistant coach.
Imagine that.
So, that assistant coach right now might be walking back to
Good
Rhode
point.
Island
Yeah,
at the end of
exactly.
this thing.
But it seems like Killenly had that good start, and right now we're playing that matchup on offense. Touchdown for touchdown. Key little mistakes again. It's going to add up. So hopefully Bishop Hendricken can keep this going. But we got to see what Killenly offense is going to do right now.
Hendricken and Calderon will kick it off from the 40. Another kickoff presented by NFA. Man, I am going to have...
Yo, you got to throw that one in because Calderon, you got to say Calderon.
Calderon.
It helps you out. It doesn't swell the tongues. You know what I'm saying?
If it was like a soccer Calderon, then I'd have more of a flow to it. It's the
Go
football Calderon. Well, he's got a great leg, though. He bangs that one all the way down to the goal line. Taken by Allard at the goal line and breaks a tackle at the 20. Gets out past the 30, past the 40. Beautiful return by Hunter Allard in great field position for the Trailblazers.
Yeah. Awesome run. He runs vertical. You'll see that in like old running backs. I'm trying to think of a couple out there, but he runs then, and when he realizes he's going to make contact, his downhill run becomes that second version of the running game. Great job.
So the Trailblazers will have it at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 with just under 11 minutes, 10:59 here in the first half. Exciting game. If you have not been watching, you're in for a treat. These two state champions absolutely going toe-to-toe. Hayden Allard with the pitch. Breaks a tackle at the 45-yard line. He's finally wrestled down, but another first down for the Trailblazers.
Casey, I got to call it. That's the rugby quick pitch. The way he snaps that ball all the way to him. That's a bullet, like he's throwing it over his shoulder. The downhill run from all these running backs here is very intimidating for the Trailblazers.
So 1st and 10 Trailblazers now in Hendricken territory. Ball's marked at the 46-yard line.
Both teams look well conditioned. They're playing here full speed, nonstop. Every play's been an explosive play.
Short pitch, and right at the line of scrimmage, we'll see where they mark it. good penetration from the Hendricken line. They're going to say it's a loss of a yard. I don't know if you've had penetration from weeds and bugs and other insects, but if you have, you can call Hyde Park Landscape. They'll come out and fix your lawn right up. It's another Hyde Park Landscape cleanup, 2nd and long for the Trailblazers.
I'll tell you, that player, number 17, Elijah Gertin, he's playing tackle, but he's a receiver. Guess what? He went in there and played some physical football, made that tackle there.
At his size, he's whatever he wants to be.
Right on.
Play action. Sumner. Deep ball. Has a man. It's Hunter Allard, and it's just overthrown. He put it in the only spot he could because the safety was rotating over. Talk a little bit about why that play was well defended.
Well, the safety didn't commit to that run play. There's a play action setup that makes these safeties what they call clean their cleats or stay a little bit longer for that run play. When he read that pass, he just turned his hips and he ran towards his spot, which is a great coaching principle when it comes to trying to stop a middle ball thrown. So a great play there for both safeties on that play.
I tried to get my son to clean his cleats for the better part of 4 years, and that never worked.
Never did. Great smile, though. Looks like we got a timeout here.
We have a timeout on the field, so we're going to take a timeout, 22-13, here at the Trailblazers' debut of the mascot. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org.
Big 3rd down coming up for the Trailblazers, because I do think that if they don't get a 1st down here, they are going to punt it away, and that would put Hendricken back on the field offensively.
Yep.
I'll be interested to see if they get 5 or 6 yards. I think they go for it. So this is always the fascinating chess part
Play by ear. Exactly.
of football.
That's why RPO has been diversified this season, brother.
So Sumner, we'll see what they operate out of. They operate out of that wide split. They can go short. They can go short side pitch, inside trap. Everything is on the table here for the Trailblazers. That's a quick fullback dive on the other side. It does get that 6-yard mark, so now it puts them in 4th and maybe 5 yards, and I think where they are, they'll go for it.
Definitely. Right now, we're not seeing the punting team come out. Coach Shad right now is on the sidelines waiting, probably getting ready to give them a call.
That might be the loneliest player in the ECC this year, the Killingly punter.
Yeah.
He may, people are going to go, he averaged 36 yards on one punt.
On one punt.
For the entire season.
Yeah. But again, he could be a good positional punter, too, with the way they could set things up on their offense.
4th and 6 is a tough down and distance. It's just outside of, I think, where they're comfortable on a running play.
I have a funny, it might be going in a cadence here. We've always been sitting back. Cadence
That's
is
right.
our practice, so we'll see what happens here.
So 4th and 6, Sumner. Play action. No, he gave it. No, it is play action. He fooled everybody. He finds Allard. Allard loses it out of bounds. I think he was in and then fumbled it out. So it will be the Trailblazers' ball, but that play action is worthy of replay because Sumner's was so good, he fooled me too.
The sell. I knew it by the offensive lineman's position blocking, and when I saw them do that play action look, I saw how the linebacker sucked in. They didn't have a guy with them. Thank God that corner was still there to make a play.
Perfectly thrown ball, but watch that.
Look at the sell.
Allard sells it too.
Yep.
And that's why Hunter Allard was wide open. What a great play on 4th down. They had that one ready to go. 1st down, Trailblazers. Now they'll go with a 3-back power. Allard with the handoff around the right side, and he's pushed out of bounds. Inside the 10, it looks like it'll be 2nd down and 7, maybe 6.
32, Hayden Allard on the carry.
There's a handsome young fella there. Gee, what's up, brother?
Welcome into the booth, my Westfield State's own.
Amen.
He's an owl.
I love this wishbone. It balances the defense, and it makes them commit.
2nd down. Dive, Mackey. He's inside right at the 5-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd and short. As Mackey gets up a little slow, he took a good hit there inside of the Hendricken line.
When you look at these 3 running backs, Case, even the tight end, I mean, they run and they hit physical, but they have their own signature. I think Mackey, the way he runs is, kind of reminds me of that running back from New York. Got our guy from the Giants. Scattaboo.
Yeah, Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah.
Runs angry.
Angry, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like, he wants to hit you.
Yeah, very strong young man. Good to see him in the pros.
Power again on 3rd and short. Allard with the handoff. He's going to be inside the 5. He lost the ball. Hendricken recovers, and they're going to say live ball fumble. Big play. Killingly was going in, and instead the Hawks have taken it over, and they'll have possession inside their 20, but a huge play by the Hendricken defense. Ryan Santo with the strip recovery on a Hayden Allard fumble, uncharacteristic. Allard was struggling.
Yeah, high and tight, but the hit was beautiful. You see the player, the defender inside, put his helmet to the ball. That's what we teach our tacklers to do. The other player was there and found that opportunity to strip it. So great defensive strip fumble recovery by Bishop Hendricken.
Gonna have to get some light on in here soon. I'm doing this in the dark. So Hendricken will have it inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 7:27 remaining in the half. What a turn of events. Killingly going in for the score, and instead Hendricken comes out of it with the football. Little jet sweep run outside. It goes. Jabari Jackson.
And off number 26, Jabari Jackson.
He'll have 5 before he's run out of bounds. 2nd down.
I tell you, Bishop Hendricken has 2 beautiful power plays. Inside with a power ISO and a little wham, and then the outside play. This has been very effective for this team working downfield.
Second down and 5. Fake handoff, slings it out. First down, Reynolds banged out of bounds by Allard, but first down, nice play from Hendricken. And you're seeing the same thing that happens when teams play Killingly. That play action usually opens up something 5-6 yard range on those quick hitters.
Yeah, when you play 4 across, what you're going to have vulnerable there is those quick hits, quick stops, and that's what they're doing, just making the play action, throwing and make plays on its own with them. Yak yardages that we're talking about down the road with these players.
First down. Brito keeps it himself and runs out of bounds after a gain of 5.
Isaiah Brito on the carry, flag on the play.
Flag down, we'll see where that. And at this point, penalties are a big deal because you can't afford to have your drives stalled.
Yeah.
Holding on.
Definitely right now. And what they did was, Killingly threw a double A gap blitz with the backers. And sometimes when the linemen pick up and they're working towards position, they tend to hold a little bit. And that's what the judges or referees saw on the field of that play.
So 7 minutes and counting here in the first half. 22-13. Off the turnover, Hendricken with a big second down now, as it's going to be a little bit more challenging for them to put it up in the air in this part of the field. And you see on cue they hand it off, and a tough run from Jeremy Seedy. He gets back to what looks to be the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
These defensive backcourts have to come down and finish those plays. Even though he's a small young man on that field, he came downhill like Atwater, wasn't afraid to make these plays, and that shows the caliber of the training on the defensive philosophy of the Trailblazers here, as they're just trying to make sure they stay physical with this team and let them make the mistakes out there.
Caden Girton came back, laid the hit. Second and 10, because that was a penalty on first down. So yes. 2nd and 10, got them back the penalty yards, which certainly helped. Now Brito operates from the shotgun. He's going to throw. Nothing there. He's going to keep it himself. He's got some room. He's heading for the first down. He has it. Crosses the 40-yard line and out of bounds. Heads up play by quarterback Isaiah Brito.
Wonderful job, yeah. And the defense right there, where they were playing was the backers that are usually the edge players, dropped off a little bit because they have to help those D-backs with the under coverage. And so what happens there is if the defensive lineman is either slanting inside, it gives that quarterback the opportunity to get to the outside, and that's what he did right there.
1st and 10. Hawks have just crossed their own 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 41. Plenty of time remaining here in the first half, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Hendricken trying to get this thing a little closer as they trail currently by 9. Brito, plenty of time. Deep ball, has a man in stride, and it's going to be touchdown! Jabari Jackson, hey, JJ, you got yourself another Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Hawks strike.
Wow. The old traditional boot pass. He had plenty of time, and then that old post pattern down the backside. The matchup was there, the distance was there, and boy, 6 points for Bishop Hendricken on that play.
Go to Great Wolf Lodge, see the water slides, come here to Killingley and see all kinds of fireworks as the Hawks strike right back. Calderon in for the extra point. High snap. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 5:39 remaining here in the half, it's back to a one-score game, 22-20. And let's take a look at the dime thrown by Brito.
A sweet pass right there as he had all those players suck in from the play action. Man, that was fast, that was quick, that was 6.
So Hendricken doing everything they can to stay right in this thing, 22-20, and oh, how that fumble as you were heading into the end zone is going to haunt Killingley for in the short term, because right now, I think Hendricken's going, guys, if we didn't have that terrible start, and if we don't give up these big plays, and then Killingley's going, guys, if we take care of the football and don't give up these big plays.
Well, it was funny, we were talking about that in the pregame, and we actually had the roles reversed in certain situations. Ball control, mistakes on that, penalties, things like that have been big factors. So yeah, and anything right here called or any technique missed out can cause a big play.
So it's time for another NFA kickoff as Hendricken will boot it away. Ball at the 40-yard line. Calderon, who we have seen have a big leg, and of course the brothers Allard back deep for Killingley as they'll stand right at their own goal line. Hayden and Hunter each with a touchdown today.
A 2-point difference, brother. We thought it was going to be a blowout.
Well, as Killingley was prepared to go in to make it a double score game, little short kick this time. They're going to avoid the Allards. And a big hit in the middle of the field as Joseph Gould gets it back to the 25. And that's where the Trailblazers will set up shop, 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line with 5:33 remaining here in the first half.
That was the young sophomore, Ryan Santo, going down the field and making that first block miss, and then having a great technique and tackling right there, keeping his feet running, neutralizing the runner, and making a good tackle.
So let's see what the Redmen, look at that. Look at me going back 25 years. Let's see what the Trailblazers can do. And I'm going to explain in a second the evolution of that slip-up. First down, play action, Sumner, out ball, looking for Allard, hits him in Hendricken territory, and they're saying, yes, a catch into Hendricken territory. First and 10. What a nice throw by Sumner.
The best thing about this RPO is that you could do play action anytime, because that's the discipline that defense has to respect. So a first play action with just a one route causes big play to happen.
What a throw, and they have a nice chemistry between Sumner and Allard. He knows exactly where the ball is going to be thrown. That was a perfect throw.
Kind of reminds me of the way Troy Aikman was with his receivers. It was all about timing, pattern, and sections of the balls being thrown there.
1st and 10, Trailblazers, handoff, Allard, and I think he got back just to the line of scrimmage, but
number 32, Hayden Allard.
I think Hendricken wants to make Killingley throw the football, even though they know it means giving up a big play here and there, because they are selling out on Allard.
Well, I don't know why they're running the right side, because I'll tell you, Elijah Gurdon, number 17, and then 23, Zion Hightower, they're tough on that side.
You'll see if they. I want to see if they go back to that quick trap that they do.
Yep.
Once they get everybody. So Allard, instead they go the other direction.
Yep. The old pro set misdirection there.
2nd and 10. Sumner, play fake, deep ball. And that was the first time we had a little miscommunication. Well defended.
Sumner pass intended for
Javian
the
Valley was
Allard
there.
is incomplete.
And I think that's the first time we've
3rd and
seen
10 for
Sumner
Javian.
not step for step with his receiver.
Yeah, that was a jam on the inside. A good job by the linebacker that rerouted that receiver, and that was caused that kind of route be a little bit off. But once that receiver stopped, he thought he was going to work its way to the right, so there was that miscommunication there.
Big play here, 3rd down. This is again where we saw Killingly last time run the ball, get into a 4th, and we're going to get a timeout on the field for Hendricken. So we're going to take a quick timeout. 22-20, Trailblazers with a 3rd down. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Welcome to Paul's Pasta Shop, 223 Thames Street in Groton, where every bite is a taste of tradition. From our homemade pasta to our sauces, we're passionate about bringing the freshest ingredients to your table, serving your favorite Italian dishes since 1988. Visit our website at www.paulspastashop.com. You can call in your orders at 860-445-5276. And follow us on Instagram at Paul's Pasta.
Little sandstorm over the PA from Darude. The way that this game has been going, anybody who has the energy at the end of this thing might be, I would say that this energy of this music, Sandstorm, by Darude. I said, the way this game is going, I don't think I'm going to have enough energy to walk, let alone.
You just got to pump that arm, bro. Keep it going right there. We'll work our steps to steps, shoulder to shoulder.
3rd and 10.
Big 3rd down. Toss right. Allard. Stiff arm. 1st down, Trailblazers on the pitch to Hayden Allard.
What a passionate runner Halen is, man. He goes to the outside. He lets his blockers do the job. And once they connect, he just uses the jets. A great offensive play in this system that's going to be dominating throughout the day.
Chains will move. 1st down.
These referees are being nimble today the way they're moving them chains.
I also want to applaud them. It has not been a heavily flagged game, despite two very physical teams who run the ball. A lot of physical plays on the exterior, traffic, on the passing game, and they have not thrown a lot of flags. I like that. 1st down, Trailblazers. Sumner, dive, Mackey gets about 3. That was not a fumble. I will say Hendricken clearly practices the strip, right? Get the guy and punch that thing.
Yeah, this is a drill that we do in our tackling circuit. That would be the first person will initiate that tackle, but his head placement is where we want to have him, to the side of the ball and hit that ball with his helmet right through. The other player usually is that strip guy that could punch the ball or that could take the ball from it. So yeah, this defense has learned a lot about those fundamentals, and it's been difficult for the Killingly Trailblazers. Thank God they have the ball.
Back wide, Allard off tackle, bounces off one defender. Nice run there by Allard. Starting to get a little more patient, I think is the right word, with the running.
Yeah, seeing the blockers do it. These guys are warmed up. That offensive line is doing an amazing job. I mean, for guys that are 230 plus across the board, they have nimble feet. They've been pointing, making sure they engage with their blocks, and they're finishing to the whistle. Great job by that O-line.
We're under 3 minutes here, and I think Killingly would be perfectly content taking this thing right to the half. Don't forget, Hendricken gets the ball back coming out of halftime.
That's part of the RPO. Run patiently offense.
That's
Run patiently.
Very good.
I like that when we're working it.
Inside. Good run.
They had a little bit of the old wing T. Bucks, we can cut back on that.
Caden Girton. Gain of maybe, I don't know what they're going to give him.
Will be enough for Killingly 1st down.
Oh, they're going to say it was enough for the 1st down,
yeah.
4 yards? Yeah, that sounds right. I couldn't tell when he went down if where they were spotting it, but they got him to the 24.
Yeah, one of the Bishop Hendricken teammates had to run out the field because his helmet came out, so it's one of the rules that if your helmet does come out, you have to be out for a play.
Couple of double fakes to the outside goes Allard, crosses the 20 over the 15. Nice run, and there's a little deception right there.
Yep.
Who's getting it? Well, when in doubt, it's Hayden Allard.
It gives a chance for the offensive line to engage their block, and that misdirection makes the linebacker shift in favor to the lineman. It's a beautiful thing when you see that, because that little miscue can get the lineman in a better position to block.
Sanpan came up limping for Bishop Hendricken. Not enough to get him out of the game yet, but now we're seeing an official's timeout. I think they're going to have to come and get him and see if he needs to come off the field, and we have another cramping. So we have a timeout on the field with multiple players down. So we're going to take a quick timeout. 22-20, Killingly with the football. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
In football, execution matters. And in legal matters, it's no different. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because from personal injury to homeowner claims, their attorneys move their cases forward with the preparation and persistence it takes to win against the big insurance companies. When the game gets tough, you need a legal team that won't back down. Contact Messier, Massett, and Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you...
We're back. Killingly here with a first down play. Mackey on the dive.
He's been having a Big Mac attack in the interior. I think that might be another timeout.
To number 33, Joseph Mackey.
Nope.
Pick up about 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. Another helmet came off, it looked like.
Yeah, they got to buckle them up. You know, one thing preseason we've always had the coaches be responsible is to secure these equipments, because when they play, preseason, they sweat a little bit, it loosens up. So, that's something that they have to work on, getting that equipment straight.
That was Broccoli.
That's right.
And I won't make no joke. Sumner with the fake, rolls out left, puts his head down, breaks a tackle, and gets inside the 5. Quinn Sumner saying, hey, listen, I can RPO both ways.
I think that's a play that was called from up top. Coaches are responsible up top to look at key points that the coaches expect them to see. When they see an edge player coming down, because they're definitely trying to stop that inside run, the quarterback has an opportunity. And I'll tell you, he looked like Eli Manning running out there, but he put his head down. That was great. I love the energy of this team.
He said, listen, I don't want to lose out on this run people over thing, right? Just because I'm a thrower of the football. And he he looked for contact, got inside the 5. 1st and goal, Trailblazers, as we are under a minute here now in the half. Pitch and a whistle.
Flag on the play.
I have an encroachment. It looks like that nose guard went right through there. Let's see what we got. Yep, encroachment, brother. Hey, we've been on fire. 3 for 3 right now with these calls here, brother.
Half the distance to the goal. I actually love that penalty on 1st down and goal because half the distance means nothing.
Nothing. No.
And if I time it right, I blow up the play.
Yeah.
I don't mind that penalty at all. I think you got to take chances down here.
Yeah, there was a video with Bill Belichick explaining that to a lineman, and the lineman was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. He said situations like that are very important in a game.
I don't want to do it on 3rd and goal,
right,
but I want to do it on 1st and goal. Sumner, quarterback sneak right over the center. Waiting for the signal.
Just short.
And right
short
at the goal line. And there's the signal. No, 2nd down. So we got a timeout Killingly as they want to talk it over.
I'll tell you, this fan base is amazing. They're jumping ahead with these energetic calls. We almost got jumped into that, but yeah.
I got fooled. Instead, we're going to have a timeout. We're going to keep it here.
Yep.
With 20 seconds remaining.
Marked down at the goal line.
At the goal line. So it's 2nd and goal. Killingly has timeout. So basically, this is 3 plays to score a touchdown and not give Hendricken any time whatsoever before they head in.
That's right. So this is what's called run purposefully offense, where they're trying to make sure they can take that time out but still effectively try to get in there. But the critical thing is one defensive big play of a loss of yards can change that technique and cause them to make, force them to pass. So let's see what happens. Bishop's really playing a good goal line defense and trying to stop those A gaps there. We'll see what they do now.
The Killingly offense has not been stopped today. This time here, they got to secure the football because the last time they were in this position, They lost the football, and it turned out to be a very significant play.
And you see Coach Neal, he's reminding them, I can tell you that. Look at him.
I mean, if they can find a way, if Hendricken can find a way to keep them out of the end zone, I mean, they are getting the ball back to start the second half, and their offense has been dynamite. Sumner, quarterback sneak again, and that's going to be a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Quinn Sumner, cannons roar. Sumner into the end zone. Trailblazers back on top by 8, 28-20. Beautifully done, the physicality of the line, and Sumner punches it in.
That was a great, well-designed offensive scheme by Coach Neal and that offensive team, and the coaches that are calling it up top too, helping him out because they were put in positions that they could have lost the ball there. They effectively got first downs along the way, and now we have them up 8 with an extra point try.
Big extra point from Logie here because 8's one-score game, 9 makes it a 2-score game. He's got to kick it through the cannon fog.
Right.
Cooper Logie to attempt the extra point.
Snap is high, it's up, and it is through, and officials say no good. He missed it wide left. That is a big miss because now it keeps Hendricken in a 1-score game. It's 28-20, and we'll see the power of the line.
Great job by the center to make sure he can get himself into that first gap, and that raises him up. And that actually makes a little open gap for the quarterback to kind of run through right there. But that was a good job by that offensive series right there for the Trailblazers.
Everybody out there who is watching this really amazing 28-20 first half, you should know that as we get to halftime, the Waterford Dental Health halftime show, you will be able to watch both features that were done this week, one of which on the aforementioned touchdown maker of Quinn Sumner, Bishop Hendricken feature as well, and sandwiched in between, Paul's Pasta's 3 pounds of pasta, America's favorite halftime show. Waterford Dental Health halftime show featuring the features and 3 pounds of pasta, about 17 game seconds away. And boy, do I have something dialed up for you.
I've been up all night thinking about that, brother.
Oh.
You know, ramen noodles is not going to make anything with this here.
So it's time for an NFA kickoff, ball at the 40-yard line. I'll tell you right now, Great Wolf Lodge and NFA,
they're getting their props tonight.
They wisely. And you know what? Hyde Park too. It's been a game of big plays in both directions.
48+ points in the half. It's unbelievable.
It'll be interesting to see, looking ahead, what changes get made in the second half. Killingly has been such a great second half team.
Yeah, great play.
With 14 seconds left, what was supposed to be the squib kick caught Bishop Hendricken by surprise, comes back to Killingly, and with 14 seconds left and timeouts, the Trailblazers, they could try to punch one in.
Cooper Logie, in the movie there was a way he could point to the guy and kick, and they practiced that. Line drive kicks to the guys in the front line. That's why they're supposed to stay in a 45 degree to avoid that. The other guy thought, I could just catch it, thinking, I'm talented. It bounced off his chest. They got the ball with 1 play, 14 seconds. Come on, maybe 2 plays. Here we go.
Right at midfield, and Logie was, by the way, kicking 40-yard field goals in the pregame, so let's see what the Trailblazers do. First down, short side pitch to Allard. Allard cuts it in, breaks a tackle, loses the football, but it's recovered by the Trailblazers with 6 seconds remaining. They'll take a timeout, and we'll use that to take a quick timeout. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Welcome to Paul's Pasta Shop, 223 Thames Street in Groton, where every bite is a taste of tradition. From our homemade pasta to our sauces, we're passionate about bringing the freshest ingredients to your table, serving your favorite Italian dishes since 1988. Visit our website at www.paulspastashop.com. You can call in your orders at 860-445-5276. And follow us on Instagram at Paul's Pasta.
28-20, Trailblazers on top with the ball. 6 seconds remaining in the half, and they are at the Hendricken 43-yard line. Sumner has the arm. It'll be interesting to see what they run. I think if they had a couple more seconds, they'd try to throw something to about the 30 and see if Logie could just bang a long field goal. But I think here, obviously, they're going to have to try to, run a play that gets him in the end zone. It'll be interesting to see how Sumner he doesn't get a chance to really air it out that much like that.
The biggest risk right now is if they, throw the ball inconsistently or an interception, something that's going to cause a problem there. Make sure that this play is an effective play.
Toss left to Allard, and I think Killingly will be content to run it out. And we are officially at halftime.
Woo!
The Waterford Dental Health halftime show is underway.
Killingly leads Bishop Hendricken 28-20.
We will be sending it to the feature on Quinn Sumner, and then we'll be back with 3 pounds of pasta as the Waterford Dental Health halftime show rolls on. Game day live on theday.com.
Quinn, I've known him since he was born. His father's been on my staff for the past 22 years also. So he's been around the program. He's been a ball boy for our program. So, I've seen him grow up here.
Work hard. Go off your knees. Down.
What does it mean to be a quarterback on a team where the coach is wearing a shirt that says run people over?
Yeah, he wants to change it to pop. He wants to pass over people. So, no, it is, and he's a good compliment because, he did throw the ball very well in some big spots last year. His passing game really comes off of our run game.
I don't mind because we have such great running backs, and they're my best friends, and it just sets up a lot of our play action plays that work pretty well.
We've had some pretty good quarterbacks over the years. Quinn being the next one, but Tommy Drybolts was a heck of a quarterback, and before him, Luke DeZonia and Kyle DeRoja. So we've had some good ones here. They just overshadowed sometimes because of the run game.
I would say going into last season, coming off of I think we were 7-4, maybe 7-3. And losing the first round, not many people really expected us to kind of do what we did last year, but now there's a lot more pressure on us after winning state championship, and there's a lot of pressure to get back there.
We've talked a lot about paying attention to details with our team, focusing day in and day out on the little things, and sharing examples of, it's not easy to repeat. It's not easy when you're gonna have that target on your back, so you gotta be even more prepared than last year.
I think we kind of just deal with it together because I would say we're a really close group, and we kind of realize the pressure on us and the weight on our shoulders, but just have fun with all your best friends, and it just kind of makes it a lot easier when you're that close.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Alexa, and we're here at Paul's Pasta Shop in Groton. It's halftime at the game, and it's time for
3 pounds of pasta. Come see us after the game to refuel with one of our signature dishes.
All right, we are back for your favorite halftime segment in the land. It is 3 pounds of pasta, brought to you by Paul's Pasta Shop. Now, Killingly is debuting a new mascot, the Trailblazers. So tonight's 3 pounds of pasta is featuring Trailblazers.
Oh man, you got me now.
All
right, here we go.
Pound number 1 of pasta. Obviously, the most famous sports franchise with the Trailblazers is out in Portland.
Portland, yep.
Who is the greatest Portland Trailblazer player of all time? Is it Clyde Drexler? Is it Damian Lillard? Or is it Bill Walton? Who is the greatest Portland Trailblazer of all time?
He had the best nickname. I loved Clyde the Glide. There was a year where he was honored as a champion, and I know Michael Jordan knocked that off. My cousin Nelson will always say that. But I always loved Clyde the Glide. It was one of those styles at the transition in basketball to me that was phenomenal about what basketball was about. Had that long streak, slamming the ball in. Loved Clyde the Glide, baby.
Now I'm going to say LaMarcus Aldridge and Cliff Robinson, honorable mentions on the outside in. But I'm going to say Drexler's the best Trailblazer. Walton's the best career player.
Oh, career player, yeah, overall.
No offense to Dame. All right, pound number 2. Killingly High School chose the Trailblazer in part because it represented innovation and creativity.
Right.
In the world of music, who is your personal Trailblazer in the world of music?
Wow, in the world of music, I don't know. To me, I go back to my era. I'm going to say that the one that really had visual, transition of trailblazing music across the board, Dr. Dre. You had guys that had that, to me, the DJs were part of that evolution too. But when I go back and I say overall, I've seen that evolution of music that hits from that time to the next time, Dr. Dre would be the guy I call.
Dr. Dre, Michael Jackson.
Prince. Oh, yeah, Prince.
Trailblazers of music, Janis Joplin.
Oh, you're talking about like music like that? Okay, yeah. Well,
Trailblazers, right? Innovation, creativity, leading the charge.
How about Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan. I like Dr. Dre though because hip hop, Nas, guys, there are some people who I would believe changed the game.
It was amazing when you were grilling at the party and I'm sitting there and you're sitting there hitting the lyrics and then the whole family, all our classmates, and I'm like, yo, wait, are we that old? But you know these words, it's amazing how that been a blessing for us.
All right, before I move on to the third pound of pasta, I want to ask Peter Wappy his opinion about the first 2 pounds of pasta. You got an opinion on the greatest trailblazer from Portland?
100% Clyde Drexler, because he's the only one that was on my friend's Sega Genesis back when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a classic.
And how about trailblazers in the world of music?
My trailblazer in the world of music is someone who's had an amazingly active career back from when we were kids and still going strong today, and that is Weird Al Yankovic.
Wow.
You know what?
Weird Al.
From a true trailblazing standpoint, that's a great answer.
That's
That is
right.
a great answer because you're 100% right. And one of my absolute favorites, Like a Surgeon, Weird Al Yankovic.
He was, music, movies, and even his own movie came out. That was really good to watch. Yeah, Weird Al was amazing during that time.
All right, third pound of pasta. We're going to go true trailblazers. We're going to go Lewis and Clark style here now. You're out.
Oh, man.
You're out. You're dropped in the middle of nowhere, right? You're in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and you can summon 3 ECC coaches to be your team. One of them is your navigator. One of them is your trailblazer, and one of your muscle, and one of them is your communicator, your translator. Who are you bringing in as your 3 ECC coaches to trailblaze your way out of the wilderness?
You're going to like this. The first one's always Papa Buni. He always was the one that kind of set the tone and navigate things. And when he told me the story about him just hitchhiking all the way to Alabama and back like it was nothing, I was like, to this day, I wouldn't do it. But then you had that historical rivalry, which the other person to me was always Coach Bill Migno. The consistency and the power of his program is always that kind of like, we will analysis all the things across that comes our way when it comes. And then at the end, the vocal point to me, the guy that I always said that was to me a compassion, I wish I coached with him, was Coach Crudden from Wyndham. That leadership of finding that teamwork within the players, finding the best that they could do, and say, we can all work together and overcome this stuff. So those 3 to me were like my inspiration.
All right, so for me, I'm going to stay in the current ECC. And I'm going to say that Chad Neal of the Trailblazers is the guy I want navigating, right? He knows how to keep it on the ground. He knows how to look for the little holes in territory, right? I want Ledyard's Mike Siricchio as my muscle. A guy that,
you're in that new era right there.
I want him go. But the great communicator, my translator, is going to have to be. I want to teach the people we meet how to play with pizzazz.
Right.
I want Mike Ellis as my communicator and my translator. So I want Chad mapping it out. I want Siricchio blasting it out, and I want Ellis doing the talking. Peter,
he could talk.
Who would be your ECC coach team?
So I'm not sure where everybody fits into their jobs, but I want Mike Ellis on my staff because on the one hand, if things get a little crazy, he's going to keep the team calm.
Best composure there is.
He's going to keep everybody composed, and then when there's a threat on the horizon, he's going to turn around and stare down that threat, and will not have to say a word, and we will be safe.
Yeah, and his dad is up top yelling at, it's going to go there!
Now for my muscle, I think I'm going to take Coach Mangwal from Wyndham.
Wow, Coach Mangwal.
Every time I see him, again, he is a positive guy that I would like to have on my team. But every time I see him, he comes up and shakes my hand and lifts me off the ground with the handshake.
Yeah, he's really, really great guy. I mean, he has those, and those kids buy into what his love of coaching is all about.
Agreed.
All right, and then I need a communicator.
Yes.
I'm trying to think who is the loudest coach that I have stood next to on the sideline. I think I'd like to have Tommy Major come out and be
that's a great call.
Because I can stand down in one corner and I can hear him screaming.
The train's coming!
We did a feature on him one time. And we asked, can we mic you up? And he's like, you don't need to mic me up.
No.
And I was like, no, I didn't.
Now, he could substitute as your muscle as well. I would say honorable mention for me. I was going to go Juan Roman as my muscle as well.
Juan Roman, yeah.
But there's no shortage of it. But in the modern ECC right now, I got my team. We got our teams.
Yeah.
Those are your Paul's Pasta.
Wow.
3 pounds of pasta focusing on Trailblazers. We are at the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. We're going to send it away for another feature, and we'll come back and wrap up halftime here. 28-20 Trailblazers on top.
Welcome to Paul's Pasta Shop, 223 Thames Street in Groton, where every bite is a taste of tradition. From our homemade pasta to our sauces, we're passionate about bringing the freshest ingredients to your table, serving your favorite Italian dishes since 1988. Visit our website at www.paulspastashop.com. You can call in your orders at 860-445-5276 and follow us on Instagram at Paul's Pasta.
He's a 3S starter, senior captain. He's he's the type of kid that you like to build a program around. Leadership characteristics. He doesn't have all the physical tools per se. When you look at him, he's not the tallest kid. He's not the biggest kid.
Right now I'm like 5'7", 195.
He hits hard, plays inside linebacker, which you wouldn't expect when looking at him.
We have 2 middle linebackers, Buck and Mike. So Mike, that's me. Call the plays, make sure everybody's lined up, inside the box, and then we have some great guys on the perimeter, making sure they're all the coverages or everything's locked down. So
he's a leader, not just in the football field, but in the school. He kind of sets the tone for our program.
So I actually played soccer all my life. It wasn't until 8th grade year I really started to lock in with football, and then came here to play football.
What made the change for you?
You can't really hit anybody in soccer, too hard.
First and foremost, he's a physical kid, so he hits. He likes to hit. He takes hits. He's relentless, so he's very resilient. Whether he gets knocked down or gets blocked, gets right back up again. Hard kid in practice. Hard to block, hard to tackle if he's on the offensive side of the ball. He just kind of sets the tone for us in practice, whether it's offense or defense.
Just making sure everybody's where they need to be, keeping track of everybody, kind of being like a support almost for everybody. I know I'm not the biggest guy on the field, so just being physical, having that mental state where you can go out there and make plays.
He was voted as one of the captains this year, which we're really excited about his coaches, and I know his respect of not just the coaches, but the players and the captains. So he's done it the right way. He's been in the program now for 4 years, and he's going about it the right way.
It meant everything. I was freshman captain, so try to be varsity captain meant a lot, meant everything.
He's just your package. He's a great student, great leader, great teammate. Everybody on the team likes him, they respect him, and he's always looking for ways to help.
Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, we're your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, our experienced team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call now to book. We're back at the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. What a fun 3 pounds of pasta we had. Thank you to Paul's Pasta. 3 pounds of pasta leads me to 3 questions about this game. Simple, quick hitters.
Yeah.
No time to pontificate.
Nope.
Short, concise answers. Are you ready?
Yep.
The one thing Killingly needs to do better on defense is?
Control the ball.
On defense?
Yeah, you can control any time. 3 and outs, and then come back and control the ball.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
All right. The one thing Bishop Hendricken needs to do better on defense is?
Keep the swagger on the defense and keep on playing. Let the offense make mistakes.
The one thing you've seen from Killingly that you like a lot is?
The brotherhood of them playing on the offensive line and the backs. They're complementing each other.
The one thing from Bishop Hendricken that has surprised you is?
They fought back and they have the swagger that they're running right now and making this a competitive game.
And my final quick hitter question. Are we going to see a punt in this game?
There's a possibility because the adjustments in the second half always changes the dynamic of play, so there could be a 3-and-out situation that they will force to punt.
What I find remarkable is the similarities of these two teams.
Yeah.
That also shines light on their differences.
Yep.
Bishop Hendricken has almost an embarrassment of riches on offense from a playmaking standpoint.
Definitely.
I think most teams would say Killingly does too, but really it's Allard,
Right.
and then you sprinkle in Mackey. You look at Hendricken.
Yep.
They've got a running back who's Jerome Bettis.
They've
got a wide receiver that's like Plaxico Burris.
He's pretty tall.
They've got another wide receiver who, I'll just call him Jabari Jackson, his actual name, because he looks like a kid that should be at USC.
Explosive.
And a quarterback that can throw it. We saw how poised he is out of the pocket running the football.
And then he runs it well.
So I'm sitting here going, okay, that offense on Hendricken, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to tell what Hendricken's defense is because the Killingly offense is so good as well.
Yep.
So I think that if I'm Hendricken, I challenged Killingly to throw the ball, and they said, okay. So I don't know that I would sell out as much on Allard as they did. I might go to a sort of, not a too deep, but I might go to a little zone drop and just say, Killingly, you're going to have to bleed me. I'm not going to give up on the big play because I'm now within a score.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they had that ability to adjust when they were getting punched with those 2 touchdowns to bend but don't break, keep the composure. The coaches got them together, got it back on track. You know, that energy always starts. We've seen it last year when Killingly was going against Sheehan. That was kind of that edge that Sheehan had, and then Killingly possessed and got themselves together and played back. So, you know, to me right now, Bishop Hendricken has that opportunity to make it right now. It's like a 0-0 game. Let's go out there and play.
On the other side of things, I think from Killingly's defensive standpoint, as long as they have the lead, they're not going to make significant changes because I think what we saw is that they're playing man.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving the corners out on the island. They're committed to stopping the run. Not easy to do.
Right.
So if I had to make one guess at what Chad Neal's saying, I'm guessing he's saying ball security on offense.
Right.
And tackling on defense.
Definitely.
Because we saw some missed tackles on the defensive side for Killingly.
Yeah, the physical tackling that the Killingly Trailblazers have can be effective. They keep on hitting that running back the way they were hitting him. He slowly started to get up. You see that he's playing, most of these guys actually, for being talented team, are playing 2 different positions, offense and defense. So we're seeing them active. This is where the court, I always say, where is the conditioning going to fall in? We saw some guys start cramping up early. We're going to see these 2 new teams. Where are they going to hit that mark? Where they're going to hit that wall? Where they'll be able to overcome that part.
So we were at the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. They put a couple minutes back on the scoreboard. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back out, wrap it up before we head into second half action. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
In football, execution matters. And in legal matters, it's no different. Messier, Massid, Burdick & Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because from personal injury to homeowner claims, their attorneys move their cases forward with the preparation and persistence it takes to win against the big insurance companies. When the game gets tough, you need a legal team that won't back down. Contact Messier, Massid, and Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team? If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org.
Game Day is brought to you by Dairy Queen. Locations in Groton, Taftville, and Pawcatuck. They are your #1 place for delicious food and sweet treats that you can't beat. You want to go to Dairy Queen. I'll tell you right now, on a day like tonight, on a night like tonight, a nice warm meal and a nice little cold ice cream on the other side, a little blizzard action, always good at Dairy Queen.
Little fried chicken wings, the tenders right there with some, they put the little toast on it to make sure they absorb the flavor. Maybe a small blizzard, with a little Snickers.
Everyone loves a little DQ.
That's right.
So quick little shout out to 2 games played last night, which I think shows a little bit about the state of a couple teams in the ECC.
Yep.
Start with New London, incredibly young team, freshman quarterback, sophomores all over the place. They got beat up pretty good by Berlin, a veteran senior physical team. Tough first matchup, but I love the coach. I love the attitude. He said, we're going to get better. We're going to be better. This isn't going to be the same team you see.
Yep.
And Waterford, I think they were disappointed in their loss to Sheehan last night, but showed a lot of stuff that you're going to like, including the future is bright with the young sophomore quarterback. And I think the Lancers are a team on the come. We'll see them next week at Stonington in an early season matchup there. So, New London, Waterford, not the starts they wanted. Killingly, much better start, but they got a whole half of football left to play.
I got to give credit to ECC football teams that are going out there and playing top teams. I mean, you Sheehan, you hear all these teams that are out there like Berlin, custom teams that have been playoff teams and championship teams. And so for the ECC to go out there and compete, that's what's going to make them better.
Time for another NFA kickoff here to start half number 2. Bishop Hendricken will have the football. Love their uniforms and the green pants and the white tops, the gold helmets. Do love those uniforms.
That De La Salle look, right?
They do have that LaSalle look. They do. So that was 28-20, 12 minutes in the third. Logie to kick, and we're ready to go here in the second half from Killingly High School. Casey O'Neill along with the coach. And who else has a segment named after them but 3 pounds of pasta?
I'll tell you right now, we're so excited. Paul's Pasta, 3 pounds of pasta with Pasta Casey. Whoop, that's beat.
Ooh. Nice tackle on the run back from Sanpan. We've seen how quick Rollins Sanpan is.
Yep.
Good open field tackle there from the Trailblazers. We'll see what the Hawks dial up on their first possession of the second half.
You see the coaches already made that adjustment in the kickoff team, knowing that they like to return towards their sideline and now making the kick deeper and giving it the opportunity to go right down the middle. So that's a good adjustment there for the Trailblazers.
See what Coach Keith Croft and the Trailblazers have here with possession number 1. Again, with the lead, I don't know how much Killingly's going to do differently other than the emphasis on tackling.
Still in that odd front look.
Seedy is the back. Keep by Brito. Breaks one tackle. Can't break the other. He took a nice bump right there, and you know what? Let's bump up your lawn by calling Hyde Park Landscape. Let them come in and clean it on up. Big play on first down by the Trailblazers.
Hey, no hiding that one right there. I did have to make an adjustment. They did have a gap 4-man line there, which maybe now it's going to twist it up and make that confusion with the offensive line. So to see that and start off with that and then playing a true gap for a small defense, that was a great play.
2nd and 11, and it was interesting that they went read option and let the quarterback Brito carry it.
Yep.
We had seen him do it when he's been in trouble. That was a designed run right there. With all this talent on offense, and I got to think 26, Jabari Jackson, is the one target Killingly's keeping their eyes on here in the second half.
Yep.
2nd and 11, Brito gives to Seedy. Seedy in trouble. Seedy wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. I think he fell forward to the line of scrimmage, and he did, but big pursuit from Killingly. 21, Caden Gurton on a tag and a flag. Hold against Bishop Hendricken. Now that's interesting.
They're going to tack that on. Yeah.
They're going to tack that on. That's going to be 2nd and much longer. They could have had 3rd and 11.
Right. Well, one thing that I did admire by that, and all the parents out there, when you hear pursuit, or angle of pursuit, it's when you have the defensive lineman like that young man did. He's seen it, got through the gap, but he stayed on the line to make sure he got a good angle to make a tackle. So that was good pursuit by that young man.
And as I predicted, Killingly declined the penalty. They'd rather have the 3rd and 11.
That's right.
Don't give this offense 2 plays.
Nope. Good philosophy by Coach Neal. Good experience by Coach Neal in that play.
The idea of backing a team up deep in its own territory is so appealing that most coaches take that penalty and say, I'd like them back at their 10. He says, I can stop 11 yards rather than give them 2 chances.
Right.
Because they've got those weapons. I only want to have to defend 1.
Right. Again, they have the two safeties, the quarters coverage kind of look. They're keeping everything in front of them. We have a backer that's flexed out. 4-man rush. Here comes all.
Rolls, looking backside on the wheel route, and he has Seedy, and Seedy had to take a knee to catch the ball, and he's going to be right at the first down marker, and I think they're going to give him the progress for the first down. And they are. They're going to move the chains. I love the design of that play.
I'll tell you, I'm a little bit shocked that on third down you bring an all-out, a double-A gap blitz, which cost you last time, and to me, he was wide open, knowing that the coverage was kind of broken there. So they were very lucky that he just got on the knee and got them a first down. That could have been a touchdown off the rip.
I love it was clear that Hendricken anticipated pressure.
Right.
Because that play only works if the team's throwing pressure. If they weren't in a blitz look, that's just a wheel route and there's somebody out there covering them. So I give Hendricken credit. They anticipated pressure on 3rd and long. They got it. And they responded and executed. There's Jackson in motion and a flag on the play.
Movement on the line.
Got off a little too quickly. False start.
You made a great point on those blitzes that are inside. When they do a double gap blitz, they know that they can have one or the other guy come. But the great job by the center and guard on that backside where they double, he kept his head up, picked up the first linebacker, and the running back picked up the second linebacker. That neutralizes it.
I mean, it was obvious that they expected pressure. That's a play designed against pressure, and they blocked it knowing pressure was coming. No one panicked. It was really
confidence. Great offensive scheme right here these guys are doing tonight.
It's the kind of thing you see at the highest level.
Yes.
And, as you move up college, pro, you see that blitz and you pick it up, you know a big play is coming.
We're feeling this championship kind of attitude today.
Jackson in motion. Jet sweep. Trying to get him to the outside. Cuts it back inside, and there's Hunter Allard.
That's the man of the hour right there, buddy. Hunter.
Ball was loose. They're saying he was down. But I
love it. The coaches are telling them to point, they point.
Loss, not a loss, a gain of a yard. He got back maybe a yard of it. It'll be 2nd and 14. I love the discipline from Hunter Allard.
Yeah.
It looked like he was giving up the edge, but he got his body just enough to keep it.
It's an awesome drill that we do. It's called contain. He's an edge player. He works the next level to the outside shoulder, and that's what he did. Kept them guys coming back in where his teammates are there.
So 2nd and 14. Hendricken so dangerous with their backs to the wall. Brito's going to throw. Zips it. Has his man in the middle of the field. Shifty, breaking tackles, Killingly flying to the football, and only back to the line of scrimmage goes Jabari Jackson, but man, is he shifty.
Yeah, got to be disciplined in team tackling in this game because there's a lot of superstars here. We're seeing that if he breaks a play, he's gone.
3rd and 8, so he got back, they'll say almost 6 yards, which, I mean, he got 4 on the catch and sidestepped and hopped around and kind of made guys miss and then finally just pushed it to get those extra couple yards. So
here's
3rd and 8.
Yeah, big important key right now is Killingly going to blitz here like they did last time, or they're going to be conservative? We'll see.
Clock ticking, 7:15 remaining. Brito. Jackson goes in motion again. Brito. Time. Deep ball. Has his man. Caught. Breaks a tackle. Back cut inside. Breaks a tackle from Allard. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Into the end zone. Rollins. Sanpan. Great Wolf Lodge. Touchdown. Big play. Hawks. If your family wants to have as much fun as Sanpan just had, go to Great Wolf Lodge.
Unbelievable. Again, the threat of him out there and the catch. It's hard with a man-to-man concept, matching up, that if you miss one tackle, that second guy's not ready to be in the position to make a tackle. Man, what explosive plays tonight's game has been unbelievable.
Penalty yards in tonight's game, Bishop Hendricken 45, Killingly 0.
0, yeah.
And yet, here we are.
2-point play.
A chance for the Hawks to tie this thing.
Yep.
And we talked about Killingly not giving up the big play and doing a better job tackling.
Yep.
On that touchdown, failed at both.
Yep.
Bishop Hendricken will go for 2.
So Hendricken will go for 2. Brito gives it out, CD, and there's a flag, and CD's not going to get it.
Conversion is no good, but there is a flag on the play.
If that flag is against Hendricken, Killingly will stay in the lead. They have not trailed in the game.
Flag is on Hendricken.
Call it again, Case.
So let's take a look at this Hendricken touchdown and see both the poor coverage, poor tackling, and the big play given up.
Wow. Nice catch by that, but then the pivot right here. Keep on going, driving your feet. Nice cut, and off to the races.
Now to score that touchdown, Rollins Sonpon had to beat Peyton Wallace, Hayden, and Hunter Allard. Arguably the three best defensive players on the side for Killingly. So, I mean, that's a touchdown well earned.
Well earned, yeah.
The 2-point conversion failure gets us back to where it's still a Killingly lead.
Yep.
Killingly hasn't trailed yet. Gets their offense a chance to get back on the field again, where they've been dominant as well. But Hendricken, you can see why Killingly is trying to limit the touches for the Killingly, and so I wouldn't be surprised if Killingly tries to take a little air out of it right now, because I don't think this Hendricken offense is slowing down tonight.
Well, the biggest thing, Killingly being in the lead, it doesn't put them in a situation that kicks them out of their system. So that's a good thing right now. The biggest thing right here is this is a very important long drive mentality that Coach Neal and that coaching staff has to throw to that offense.
So we're time for another NFA kickoff as Bishop will bang this one, and the Hayden Allard along with Jaden Barnett back deep for the Trailblazers. Kick is short, bounces. Allard picks it up on a bounce. Allard gets to the outside, and he's tripped up as he crosses the 45-yard line. Always a threat to take it to the house. Hayden Allard was a step away.
Wow, the first gear to second gear, when he saw the gap, he took off, and that shoelace tackle. Didn't have a chance to see the number, but great effort by that young man. That's a serious touchdown-saving tackle right there.
So first down, Trailblazers at their own 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Sumner, great first half for the Trailblazers. 6:51 remaining. I think Killingly would love to eat clock and score. I formation on first down. Option pitch wide. Allard breaks a tackle to get back and make something out of nothing.
Pitch number 32,
but he was hit
Hayden Allard,
very quickly.
2 yards. It'll be second and
Jeremy Dennis was the first on the spot for the Hawks.
I like what's going on right now with this defense. They're really making the commitment to that first down being a run blitz down right there, and that hit right there hurt Allard a little bit. He'll jog off and get himself together. He seems to be okay.
2nd and 7, 8. Let's find out who's in the backfield. It's probably going to be Girton replacing Allard. Play action. Sumner, deep ball looking for Allard, and well covered. Jabari Jackson was step for step with Hunter Allen, and he knocked that play down. And Jabari Jackson has had a fabulous night tonight on both sides of the football.
Yeah, definitely. He is a highlight player for that team, and that was a great defensive effort. When you play man-to-man, you want to keep your hand on the hip, keep on running with them, and then at the last minute, bat that ball down, not up, but down against a good receiver there.
Allard remains out of the game on 3rd and 8. Girton will take his place, and now we get some substitutions coming in. Aiden Lamoth, number 11, along with Peyton Wallace. We haven't seen Wallace's name called yet, and we know that he can go up and get it, as he's a grade 8 one-handed catch guy. Sumner to throw, pressured, and he overthrowed. That's the first errant pass he's thrown tonight. He sailed it over the head of Allard, and we are going to see the answer to my question.
Yes, we're going to see a
punt of the night.
Yeah. You know, people understand, like the punter, it's really crucial. He'll feel a little nervous punt just like that. But you know what? I played snapper, and that's the most nerve-wracking situations there. You got to get a good snap. You got to be able to contain and then go downfield. So trust me, there's a lot of jitters in this situation.
Joseph Gould in to punt it away for Killingly.
Joseph Gould.
Rollins Sonpon one of the two return guys. Looks like Jackson is the other. Very dangerous. Snap is floated, and I think we're going to get an illegal procedure against Killingley.
Yeah, that's going to be on the center. He did a hold snap, like he held snap and then held it and then went through. That's not allowed. Pushes them back.
Back him up 5 more.
Ball start on Killingley.
I don't want to put a bad thing on that, but you're right. Long snapper is a very tough position. Took young Aiden Lamont there.
So it's Jackson and Sanpan, the two most dynamic playmakers we've seen. Back for the punt. High snap, handled. Kick is away, and it's banged over the head. And a very favorable bounce for the Trailblazers that's downed at the 15-yard line, and that's where Hendricken will have it. Now, Hendricken has shown no signs of slowing down offensively. They have been unstoppable. They have not punted it away since the first punt we saw. They have been very, very efficient offensively of late. So what will Killingley do differently? Because for the first time yet tonight, their lead is in jeopardy.
It is.
If Hendricken scores, they will be on top.
Because this momentum seems to be favoring them right now. Speaking of punters, you seen that punter from Penn State? Humongous.
No.
Oh, 70-yard punt one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Big leg. Jeremy Dennis is in the backfield with Isaiah Brito. Motion is Jackson. Brito, screen pass. Out it goes to Reynolds. Reynolds gets to the outside before he's bumped out of bounds, but he'll have a first down. Love the speed from Jalen Reynolds, the big wide receiver for the Hawks.
Jalen was a smart runner at that time. He let his receiver make that choice to seal that block and have that corner go inside so he can get out there. That corner should have stayed outside and waited for come in. And as you can see, coach is hustling him out right now to try to tell him those corrections. Got to keep him in.
First and 10. Hendricken. Ball at the 25-yard line. Brito keeps it himself. Right up the middle, gets about 3 yards. A little different RPO, the read pass option.
Read pass option right there, yeah. I'm really impressed with the smaller defensive unit that Killingley is. They're so technically sound, using their hands to extend their arms and try to get that separation and immediately going into a gap so they can go and make a play there. That was a great job by the nose guard.
Second and looks like a long 6, call it a short 7. Brito. Gonna throw. Looking in the flat. Nothing there. Pressure. Now he's gonna take off. Has a first down. Has a blocker ahead. Down the sideline and out of bounds at the Killingley 40-yard line. Beautiful run, patience, vision, and exceptionally well done by Isaiah Brito.
Oh, great job right there, Case. You were not lying. He made his first, second, third reads, and then from there saw the breakdown on the offensive line edge player, and he went out there for a first down. So nimble, you know, and I love that he just takes action. When he gets that ball, he starts to run it, secures it, and makes it happen.
Hands on the hips.
That's right.
For the Killingley Trailblazers. You know, and it's inevitable. Fatigue is going to start to creep in no matter how much work you've spent in the barn, how much work you've spent in conditioning. Week one is always tough. You expend 120% more than you're supposed to. Motion, Sanpan. Now he sets up, high snap. Quick throw, and that play broke down on the timing from the snap.
Right, yeah.
Pass is incomplete.
The corners actually were playing a little bit more physical there, which is, you know, what probably the offensive coordinator wasn't expecting. You know, when you have them drop off in a zone coverage, yeah, obviously you'll be wide open.
The timing of that, right, with a good snap is catch, plant, slant.
Right, so on the third step of the receiver.
Right, because of the high snap, he had to go up and get it. Now the receivers made that first step, and the quarterback's trying to make up for that time, and he sails that ball high.
And mesh quarterbacks don't have, you know, the biggest thing about them is that they don't see down the field like a traditional quarterback to freeze a safety. So in that situation, he looked at his receiver.
Second and 10. Brito keeps it himself. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, and a nice play by Joseph Gould, coming up and getting the first hit on Brito. It'll be 3rd and long. 8 yards, ball will be marked right on the Killingly 40.
Yeah, this is awesome. They're doing things that I enjoyed about this defense. Slanting strong, slanting weak, a little middle guard with a stunt back, double-A gap blitz. It's just calling the right play at the right time. That's the key right now. And every time I see this 3rd down and long, I think, oh boy, what is going to be called on defense, and what can this offense do with it?
Blitzing opens up the one-on-one problem.
Yep.
Zone gives Brito the chance to run.
There's the matchup right there, 1-on-1.
3rd and 8. Shamari Jackson in motion. Brito gonna throw. Deep ball. Looking, double coverage, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
Allard had the coverage on Jabari Jackson. Dangerous throw into double coverage, and it looks like Jabari Jackson might be cramping.
4th down for Hendricken.
So while they attend to Jabari Jackson, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Injuries can happen anywhere, on the road, at work, and where you least expect it. When an injury knocks you down, the legal team at Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates is here to pick you up. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because their personal injury attorneys fight for your fair compensation so you can focus on recovery. After life's hardest hits, let their team of attorneys carry the ball for you. Contact Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and mmbteam.com. Why have one attorney? You can have a team.
We are back here. Big play coming up for Hendricken. It's 4th and 8 with the ball at the 38-yard line. We just saw their big home run threat. Jabari Jackson, who has the 2 big plays on the night, come out with a cramp. He can't come back on for this play. So 4th down, they're going to go for it. Look for Rollins and Reynolds.
Watch the isolation on the top side there, brother.
Rollins, Sonbon, Jalen Reynolds. Brito to throw over the middle. It's off the hands of Reynolds and almost intercepted. Killingly benefits from it falling to the turf because they're going to get the ball all the way back at the 40-yard line.
That's a smart move, I tell you right now. In situations like that, you don't know what's going to happen, but that did favor him. And we had to have another player down cramping up. This is going to be the factor, Casey. We're talking about this 4th quarter. Guys are cramping up and stretching. Got one down here, one down here.
We got Wallace up top, Hendricken down below, so we'll take another break. We'll come back when this is resolved. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Everyone wants their keys back fast, but you definitely want the job done right. Rich's Auto Body in New London, family owned and operated for 30 years, is the area's most trusted source for quality auto body work. Don't lose sleep over your auto body repairs. Rest easy, knowing the job is in good hands with Rich's Auto Body. If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org. Every football fan knows no star player wins alone. It takes a full team to produce a win. And that's how the team of attorneys at Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates handle their cases. Voted best law firm by the readers of the day 6 years running, the attorneys at Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates work together, fighting insurance companies for you and your family. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. With Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates, when you need a winning legal team off the field, call Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and mmbteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
So Hendricken's Elijah Girton was down, and as was Peyton Wallace. At the end of it all, though, Killingly has the possession now on offense after stopping Hendricken on 4th down. They have it at their own 38-yard line, and they have kept that 2-point lead.
You see 1st and 10, Casey. They don't have everybody in the box right now.
Handoff. Straight up the middle goes Allard, and he'll have 3 on 1st down.
It's amazing because it's very hard from up top, and I don't know if parents can understand this. The mesh action that's going on with the quarterback exchange. I was thinking Allard had it. He was about to run to the house, and I was about to point at you. And then yet I see the team pile up on the inside dive. So, again, the discipline of the defense has to be there. Dive to off tackle to the outside.
So Mackey actually got the carry, and he got 3.5 yards, almost 4. So
you know we haven't seen yet is the rugby pitch sweep there. It should come
not
back
here
in.
Not here in the last quarter or so.
Yeah. Maybe the formation here.
2nd down. Handoff, Allard, off tackle, breaks a tackle, has that speed, gets out in the open. There goes Hayden Allard, crosses the 30, crosses the 20, inside the 10 and out of bounds. Hayden Allard puts Killingly High School at 1st and goal with a big run. Trailblazers in business.
Awesome, and the smartest thing he did at the end was when he felt the pressure, Casey, he secured the ball, held it there high and tight, and finished it with a seal. Awesome play there.
Now that is the difficulty defending Killingly. We haven't seen that play much. There's that cutback by Allard right there.
God bless Bill Mignell. He'd be up there in heaven right saying, that's the way you run the buck sweep. The guard pulled, sealed off the backer. The other one kicked out. They led the way, and again, everything else was Allard. What energy changes back and forth, Casey. We were seeing that Bishop was running the show. They had tempo. Here we now have Killingly with the edge.
Allard down to the 6, 2nd and goal.
And off to number 32, Hayden Allard.
The good thing in the goal line, offensive series is you have time. You can chomp the clock, and this is important because if you can get these plays in, you might end up mathematically, if I'm thinking they should finish off and still have a chance to score here on the opposite side. So,
again, with a 2-point lead, the touchdown means they can't lose the lead.
Right.
That becomes that extra point again that we saw them miss, and that's why getting that 9-point lead would be so important. So
yes, sir.
Right now, Killingly wants to take as much time off this clock as they can to give limited possessions to Hendricken, especially if it's a 2-possession game.
Yes, sir.
Allard close to the goal line, down to maybe the 2.
That was great second effort by Allard as he spun around and realized he had his helmet in the middle of the back of his lineman, and he spun to get that 1st down. Coach Neal is doing a great job, and his patience and demeanor shows a lot of character how this program is running. The confidence level of these kids right here, getting the play, getting it in their wristbands, and going forward is amazing.
They will get this playoff under a minute. Sumner keeps it himself, puts his head down.
Wow.
R-P-O. Touchdown. Quinn Sumner. He might want to head to Great Wolf Lodge and celebrate. He just had a big-time touchdown. He put his shoulder into the defender, showed that he can RPO too, and that was a big score as the Trailblazers go back up 8 with 47 seconds remaining in the 3rd.
I'll take any day. He does not have that pure speed, but when he lays his shoulder down with his height, he does have strength, and that's the off-season training that these guys commit themselves to make them strong, playing into the 4th quarter with positive energy here.
Logie in for what is a big extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's no good wide right, so it stays an 8-point game. Let's take a look at Quinn Sumner putting the shoulder down.
Yeah, he made that defender come and commit into that dive, and that's called a bend, or kind of like a dive a little bit wider, or they used to call it the veer. And then from there, he had clear sailings, just one defender.
Hayden Allard is up over 200 yards rushing. He's over 210 now at this point. But that's back-to-back missed extra points.
Yeah, very critical.
Killingly has had 3 blown extra points tonight.
Yeah.
One of them they were lucky enough to turn into a 2-point conversion, but we talked about where's their work to be done. Clearly
Right there.
the extra point has some work to be done.
Very important. I mean, we talked about it, how those extra points can critically put some pressure on Hendrickson. And right now, they're just feeling, okay, we just got to get the ball and score. Now, the biggest thing I can see here is, can Killingly do another 3 and out? Can they do that? Can they handle the tackling? Can they keep their discipline? Because they had a little luck that last series.
Logie will present us with another NFA kickoff as he will kick it from his own 40. They have tried to stay away from Jackson in the past. He has been very dynamic for Bishop Hendricken. High kick comes down at the 10-yard line.
Well done.
Good
well done.
Pursuit by Killingly. Josiah Missoula had the return. And then there's another cramp, this time on Caden Girton of Killingly.
So just so parents to know out there, when you make an adjustment on special teams, it's really easy. What they were doing was trying to seal that side off so that Killingly would be outnumbered. They put an extra player there and they slid out there and they made it happen. So good defensive effort there on the special teams play. But yeah, the guys are going down, Casey.
There's actually 2 Trailblazers down cramping right now. So we will take that opportunity and we will send it for a break. It's 40 seconds remaining in the third. Killingly up 8. Hendricken with the football. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Every football fan knows no star player wins alone. It takes a full team to produce a win. And that's how the team of attorneys at Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates handle their cases. Voted best law firm by the readers of the day 6 years running, the attorneys at Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates work together, fighting insurance companies for you and your family. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. With Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates, when you need a winning legal team off the field, call Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Welcome to Paul's Pasta Shop, 223 Thames Street in Groton, where every bite is a taste of tradition. From our homemade pasta to our sauces, we're passionate about bringing the freshest ingredients to your table, serving your favorite Italian dishes since 1988. Visit our website at www.paulspastashop.com. You can call in your orders at 860-445-5276. You can follow us on Instagram at Paul's Pasta.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more.
A couple of Trailblazers heading to the sideline after a little crampage. Caden Girton, the second of 2, but Hendricken will have the ball right at their 20-yard line. There is a little bit of a war of attrition going on right now with what players can stay on the field as dehydration becomes such an important aspect of the game, and we still have an entire quarter of football left.
Important backup role players have to step up right now.
Brito from the shotgun. Hands the ball off to Seedy. Seedy breaks a tackle. Seedy's down the sideline. Seedy crosses the 50. Bettis rumbles and stumbles and puts his head down. He's the bus, Jeremy Seedy.
Whew. You know, we were talking about the bus, and then I sit back and I say, you know what? He runs like Frank Gore. You know, the bus was a good interior. Oh, we do have a play here. Let's see. A flag. Ah, Casey, those are so critical, brother. So critical right now.
Flag on the play. They're picking up the flag.
It's a disregard.
So the officials
awesome
conferred, picked up the flag, and just like that, Hendricken, look at you called him Jerome Bettis. You can see it on this play.
Yep, and then it's off to the races. I think the call was right here off the edge, but the defender went inside while he was engaging the block, so that's not being classified as a call. A good call by the referees on that one. But again, the way he finishes is amazing. And you said Western Point, brother, he's heading out there?
West Point.
Wow, they got a good player going there.
Exceptional young man then. Ball just outside the 20 for Bishop Hendricken. The clock is running. So time for maybe one more play here in the third quarter. What a quarter. Well, what a game it's been.
60 points, brother. Unbelievable for a first game, huh?
Brito going to keep it himself. Breaks a tackle gets a beautiful gain on first down. Isaiah Brito is going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
Wow, here we go. 4 quarters
34-26 Killingly. Hendricken knocking on the door. We'll come back with fourth quarter action in the red zone. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
On game day, the crowd may be divided, but when it comes to your legal team, the choice is clear. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates is the legal team that fights for you and your family after you've been injured. Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates have been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because their team of attorneys brings strategy, teamwork, and determination to every insurance claim. Win or lose on the field, when you need real results, the legal team to call is Messier, Massett, Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich. 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
We're back. Fourth quarter action about to begin. 34-26. Killingly on top. A capacity crowd here tonight. What a beautiful opening night at Killingly High School. The Trailblazers have led the entire game. Hendricken has been staying at arm's length. They now have it second and short at the 12-yard line. They're in the red zone to start the fourth quarter. Killingly has never trailed and will not trail after this possession, but Hendricken keeps
very
getting
explosive.
closer.
They're getting closer, yeah. It's an inside ISO.
Brito keeps it himself, heads to the end zone, and he's just short, but it's going to be first and goal Hawks.
Unbelievable play. The blocking scheme was beautifully set there as they worked on a double and then kicked out. Again, the quarterback had a chance to run right in that alley untouched, but when he cut back, there were some Trailblazers there to finish off that tackle. So good effort there as we're now first and goal, brother.
First and goal, ball at the 2.5-yard line.
Boy, these guys, since 6:30 this morning, Casey, we were talking about how athletes now have to prepare, have to eat, have to make sure they do it the day before, get to this point where they could play without having cramps. But a long day for both teams.
Seedy is the back. He gets the handoff, and he is into the end zone for a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Get your family to Great Wolf Lodge. Enjoy the indoor fun this winter. Jeremy Seedy.
Unbelievable.
Has gotten Hendricken back within 2, 34-32. They'll go for it again on 2. They failed the last time. Can they get this thing back even? They've been struggling since the opening whistle to get this thing back to a 0-0 game. They might be able to get it to a 34-34 game.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is a championship fight. They've been playing hard both sides of the ball, and it's amazing how they've stuck with it and kept on going with 11-12 on the clock.
Seedy remains as the back. Brito, high snap, mishandled. Brito dodges one, can't dodge another, and Killingly holds on again.
Wow.
34-32.
Beautiful. Home field advantage with luck has been on Killingly's side. The Trailblazers have found a way to make sure that they will match that mistake and make a tackle like that. I mean, still was a chance for him to score, but the defense maintained control.
Seedy
Man.
Got them close, but that high snap
Yeah.
on the two-point conversion keeps Killingly in the lead, and again puts them in position. If they can just kick an extra point after they score a touchdown, this would be a much different game.
Much different game. Again, this is where you know coaches will be sending the kickers and snappers out there a little bit early to get a lot of reps on those kicks. These are critical in championship runs. But again, you know, we talked about how the school day goes. The water intake, the lunch waves, when you eat, if you eat early, how much you have to eat later, sometimes right before the game. All that is included. And I know Coach Neal is a very disciplined man to keep these guys hydrated, but, you know, championship game swagger here tonight, Case.
I'd love to say that, you know, these two teams are on a collision course to meet later in the year.
That would be nice.
but one's going back to Rhode Island tonight.
Yep.
The kickoff presented by NFA. Ironically, by the way, Hendricken, Rhode Island's actually closer to here than any other school in the ECC.
Yeah.
We're
right on top of the border there, huh?
They got Rhode Island and Massachusetts,
Yeah.
right around the corner in both places.
I knew I was up north when I went to North Governordale, whatever that word was. Yeah.
Onside kick.
Ooh, great. Secure ball right there.
And how many times do you see the kicker lay the smackdown on the receiving guy on the onside kick?
Great kid, man. And today his special teams has been phenomenal, and he went out there and hustled down, made a great hit. But again, smart move. Secure the catch. Doesn't matter. Get those hands right on it. And I'm seeing that Coach Neal is reminding them over and over. That's what's going to make them win if they steal the ball.
Gives the Trailblazers great field position at the 42-yard line. Allard breaks a tackle, fighting for more yards. He'll get 4 or 5. Hayden Allard continuing his exceptional night with a great first down carry.
Jeremy Seedig is going to have to hustle out because his helmet popped out. That's another thing these coaches got to work on this week. Get those guys' equipments to lock in unless, I got to lie, they're hitting hard today. They are.
Second and 6. 5.5 if we're really honest. It looks like it's just on the other side of 5 yards.
Yep. That's what I love about the wristbands. They are very helpful when it comes to trying to make a straight good call. Don't have to rush.
Sumner gives it again to Allard. And a whistle on the play.
Early whistle.
That's probably going to be encroachment, which is going to make this not a first down, but I think it's going to make it second and half a yard.
Well, Quinn, and you can see his body gesture. He's barking the calls with a little bit of a pop. And that defensive lineman just reacted to that, and his hand went across that football, and there it is. Little things like that, again, that's what I like about Coach Neal.
So second and inches. Does Killingly go play action here and take a shot? I don't.
We got the first down, Case.
They've been doing that a lot, and I like that. If it's going to be
but you know what?
Chains, move those chains.
Why not now? This is a great setup. Look at the run defense that they have right now. No safety on top.
Sumner on cue, play action, looking over the middle, and it's incomplete. He had Aiden Lamoth.
It looks like it's going to be a late hit after he threw the ball. The defender, number 23 from Bishop, kind of went and then did a push. So, referee saw that. He's not going to play. Hopefully that'll be the call.
So that play would go against Zion Hightower. Assuming that's Hightower. Hightower was the defender in the secondary.
Right.
In the backfield is the call, roughing the passer against Sumner.
Yep.
And I think they're going to get Jaden Valley on that one.
Yeah. It'll be an automatic first down. I mean, in the action of the game, you have to have control. When the quarterback releases the ball, you may only have a half step, and the referee's going to keep an eye on that. Because, again, those hits will not be conducive.
We had that play action red, though.
Yep.
First and 10. Trailblazers. Sumner. Toss to Allard. Allard cuts it back up and gets 4, maybe 5 yards on first down.
What I love about it is they do the same plays in different formations. This wishbone formation, they could still run a mini buck sweep kind of that. It was an ISO play, but they could cut it back. And again, the ball security is really high. These veterans that are right now for the Trailblazers are showing that they're going to follow Coach Neal's direction. Secure that ball. This is the same thing. Yeah.
Lincoln Tiernan on the stop for the Trailblazers, for the Hawks. Trailblazers want to eat some clock here. They do not. They want to shorten this game, make it a 2-possession game. Give Hendricken as little time as possible. Stretch play. Allard fell down in the backfield, tripped himself up, and sometimes we trip ourselves up by not taking care of our lawns. But Hyde Park Landscaping will take care of your lawn for you. Give them a call. That's a Hyde Park cleanup.
Way to go, Case, on that one. Yeah, I think there was a little collision with Quinn's thigh board there. I don't know if he'll get credit for the tackle on that, but that's going to be critical right now because, again, what could have been a 3rd and short looked like it was open out there. Now it's a 3rd and 12.
3rd and long.
There's a big man going in.
I don't think Killingly's in a punt position, so this is going to be 2 plays for 12 yards.
Yes, sir. We'll see what happens. I like the way they're sticking to that Wishbone. It just balances the defense out. They can't determine where the strength will be.
Play action. Sumner has time. Deep ball. Man wide open. It's Allard into the end zone for a high punt. A Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Hayden Allard on the wheel route. Got himself into the end zone, and he's going to celebrate with his teammates. If you want to celebrate with your family, go to Great Wolf Lodge.
No doubt, and howling excitement by the fan base here when they saw it wide open. That play action sucked in that corner, and by the time he realized, I thought they ran the ball. Great throw by Quinn.
Gonna say it again. Huge extra point here from Logie.
Big play for the young man.
He's missed his last two. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:13 remaining, Killingly with the extra point goes up 9. Let's take a look at this beautiful throw from Sumner.
Great posture. Once he dropped back, he has his foot planted, and he rocked and rolled with that throw. Right there, perfect, right over the shoulder. Great job.
Hayden Allard has caught one. He's run for some. Hunter Allard has caught one, but all of them been dimes from Quinn Sumner.
Let me tell you something, Case. What's special about this, as a coach that I played before, the psychology of these coaching staff for Killingly. I know those guys are seeing things, and he's relaying it to Coach Neal, and Coach Neal can sit back and break it down to a specific timing play. That play was designed by these coaches ready, setting up by those plays prior to that. Awesome job by the staff.
Every time that I say Killingly wants to try to eat some clock,
yep,
they go up top and have a big play.
Yeah. Well,
it's like they can't even eat clock, even if they wanted to, because they're running plays to match what they're getting.
Right.
And Bishop Hendricken is giving them that big play over the top because they're trying to stop the run game.
How many touchdowns today were third and long situations, unexpected? Not to say there's poor tackling. I think these athletes here, it's really hard to tackle. But again, those key things have been really plus for both sides here today. Trailblazers got now confidence in the lead, and the fans are right back in it.
So a kickoff, NFA kickoff at the 40-yard line. Hendricken will have it down 9. They're going to need a score. They're going to need to get the ball back without giving up a score, and they're going to need to score again in the next 9 minutes. High kick comes down to Hendricken at the 10-yard line. Brought back past the 25.
42 on the return, taken down by number 35.
Jordy
Hunter
Q
Allard. Hendricken will start
had the return, and it will now be Hendricken ball at their own 25.
That's awesome. This kicker, actually, the way the coach is setting him up, deep kick left, I used to do it all the time because it was very hard for a receiver to be able to break it on a wide run. And since they've taken that away from them, it seals these players where they need to be to make that tackle. So that's an excellent job on the adjustments of just kicking it from center to that hard left corner. Makes it all happen. His Hawks got to step it up right now, brother.
1st and 10, Hendricken. Brito rolls, pressured, deep ball, and it's incomplete. I don't know if Jalen Reynolds saw it because it was thrown kind of in between both receivers.
Yeah, well, the cover 4 coverage was just sweet. When you have 3 receivers going on it, they have every angle of their coverage. So those 2 safeties, all they had to do was pierce and press into it, and that was a good job. So good coverage, bad offensive play for that one. It seemed like he was trying to force it too quick. He had an opportunity to get it to the flats or maybe even run the ball. That's the kind of pressure that adjusts when you're down by 2 touchdowns, Case.
Second and 10.
There's the matchup right there, 1-to-1.
Brito. Pressure. Rolls. Still looking to throw. And he's sacked from behind. Big hit. And if your lawn takes a big hit, call Hyde Park Landscaping. That's another Hyde Park cleanup.
That was a great play. I call it a coverage sack because those guys jumped and they were communicating. The corner saw the guy run in. He made the call. They adjusted. They made the coverage, and that quarterback was just waiting for a little bit of time. He didn't realize that backside pressure was coming, Case. That's what makes plays right there. Now they're in a 3rd and long situation, which to me, I don't bother because they could score on 3rd and longs. So again, Killingly has to see, are they going to put pressure? Are they going to make that mistake to kind of make sure that the D-backs are 1-to-1? Or are they going to play it under?
To use a wrestling analogy, Killingly has Hendricken on their back.
Right.
They're pushing to try to get the shoulder down for the pin.
Right.
But they have to be wary of the reversal.
Of the reversal. There you go, bro. You got it. There's the trips formation, isolation down.
Brito, pressure up the middle. Evades one tackler. Being chased from behind. Can he get outside? He cannot. Out of bounds.
What an amazing coverage again. You have a player down that's cramping up, but again, a coverage that was great. The defender stayed on top. The pressure was great. The angles were great. Great defensive play now. Forces them a 4th and long.
We have multiple players down on the field again, and one cramping, so we're going to keep it here and talk a little bit about, I think, maybe lost on that play was the effort from Brito.
Yeah.
Because he at least got them back to 4th and 10.
4th and 10.
When it could have been 4th and 25. He could have lost the ball, first of all.
Yeah.
And I give him credit for being able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, I have to imagine with 7:47, they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, no doubt. I think right now what we have to see is the security of the snap to the kick. And Calderon's been phenomenal today. His punts have been good. But again, now, I'm saying the secondary players that have to come in to help their teammates that are cramping up, you have to be alert. You have to be disciplined because they can come after you. Right now, Killingly is holding a little bit more passion in the game. I mean, they're holding it down in the momentum on their side, but still plenty of time, Case. 7:47. Wow. 73 points. That's the year I was born.
Barring something unforeseen, Killingly's going to have great field position with a 9-point lead. I mean, they could suddenly, I don't want to say put this thing away, but put this thing away.
Seal the catch. If not, if they get to bounce, we might have a problem if Calderon can kick.
High snap. Gets it off. Booming kick. All the way back goes Lamothe. Switches hands, crosses the 45. And a nice return by Aiden Lamothe, but a great set of circumstances on the defensive to offensive switch. Killingly has it at their own 45, 7:36 remaining. Now they are definitely going to try to eat some clock.
That's right. Run progression offense. Progress to the first down. Make sure that you have time. And again, this is what I love about the bands. Coach Neal, when we say speedy, sometimes you hear cheetah or fast-paced animal. This one here is like a panda. Pound it, handle it. Make sure you get those little free orange Mandarin chicken thing from Panda Buffet. I'm having an appetite, Case. It's been tough all day.
We need to feed you.
Yeah, for real.
We definitely need to feed you.
3 pounds of pasta got me going.
Sumner brings him to the line. Allard off tackle, and he is hit behind the line. Beautifully executed by Hendricken, and that's a Hyde Park cleanup right there as they got Allard in the backfield. But Killingly will take the clock running and take their time.
Yeah, Jeremy Sendy, again, he's seedy. He's amazing. I mean, not also a great offensive player. He was the one on the edge, established it, and made the tackle. So these guys are putting it all in there, Case.
See Killingly in no rush.
Nope. They practice this in the field. Coach has a timer. He keeps the rhythm going. As you can see, Coach is expecting the call. Yep.
Waiting for that back judge to let him know. There goes the hand. There goes the play. End around, reverse. Cutting back up and crossing the 50-yard line is Lamothe. He got hit around the neck. The Killingly fans wanted a horse collar, but what they will get is a third and manageable in Bishop Hendricken territory.
Yeah, it scared me. The way he was running that ball and holding it outside and his size, definitely got to secure it. But he's got that little Wes Welker attitude. Takes the hit, gets back up, gets high fives from his teammates. He's a snapper. He's a returner. When you love the game and you play like that, you're going to be out there on the field.
I'm going to do a Wes Welker true or false with you after this third down play here from Killingly. Again, they will take their time. Clock at 6 minutes. It will be under 6 minutes by the time this play is done. Hand goes up. Sumner under center. Barks tries to get Hendricken off. Now there goes the motion man. Another more hard count from Killingly. And they are going to, I believe, take a timeout.
Right.
Killingly will take the timeout with 5:54 remaining.
Timeout, Killingly.
And we will take a timeout, and I'll come back with Wes Welker, true or false. You're
got it,
watching
brother.
Game Day live on theday.com.
In football, execution matters. And in legal matters, it's no different. Messier, Massid, Burdick & Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because from personal injury to homeowner claims, their attorneys move their cases forward with the preparation and persistence it takes to win against the big insurance companies. When the game gets tough, you need a legal team that won't back down. Contact Messier, Massid, and Burdick & Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Yeah! That little boy's bugging out. Get your hands up! Aha!
Hey, listen, that's the kind of night it is on Game
Yeah,
Day.
baby.
Sandstorm from Darude.
Woo!
I just want to be clear that I know that that's what that is.
That little young man's amazing. All he's doing is yelling. You can tell.
Big play here. Killingly tried to use the cadence
3rd and 4 for Killingly.
get Hendricken to jump. They did not, so they're going to run this play now, 3rd and 5. Short side toss. Allard has the first down, and he's buried from behind on a big hit from Hendricken's LaShawn Hall, but not before Killingly has the first down. All right, true or false? Wes Welker has rushed for a touchdown.
Yes.
True or false? Wes Welker has caught a touchdown.
Yes.
Wes Welker has returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
Yes, indeedy. I
Wes
remember.
Welker has returned a punt for a touchdown.
Yes, indeedy. Yep.
All right, here we go. It's going to get harder now. Wes Welker has kicked an extra point.
I believe so, yes.
Wes Welker has kicked a field goal.
You know what? I'm going to hold off that because he threw a touchdown. So, you know what?
Timeout on the field.
I'm going to hold off that one.
Wes Welker has thrown a touchdown.
Yes, indeedy. I saw that.
Wes Welker is a published author.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to circle back now. Wes Welker has kicked a field goal.
You know what? Because he was in the Patriots and there was always a chance, I believe he did kick a field goal.
He did, but it was with the Miami Dolphins.
Woo! Wow.
And the last one, Wes Welker has actually climbed Mount Everest.
I heard about that.
No, that's wrong.
Oh,
That's a
well,
lie. I just made that one up.
Well, guess what?
I don't know who you heard about, but that's a lie.
Well, it wasn't Wes Welker. It was Pete Welker.
It was.
He kept on walking up the hill. Yeah.
So did you know that about Wes Welker, Peter?
That's amazing. Yeah.
Were you aware of all that?
He was diversified. And in college, he was just like that, too. They put him in different positions to play.
And has not won a Super Bowl.
No, that's correct.
You got to throw that in there, Pete. Way to put it in there, brother. Here we go, Case.
First down. Clock down 5:40. Killingly perfectly content to take all the time they can. Every play as the clock ticks. Hendricken's chances slip slowly away. First down, fullback dive. Mackey's going to get 5.
Great play, knowing that they have not been there with that play for a while, and it gives Mackey a chance to be productive. That's always setting up now. 4-yard run right there for the big 3-3.
But right now, without taking timeouts, Killingly is guaranteed to not give Hendricken more than 4 minutes.
Yep.
And I don't know that they're going to punt it down here anyway. A touchdown essentially not seals the game, but puts it in a very, almost impossible spot for Hendricken. So right now, Hendricken has to stop. They can't give up another first down or else they're going to have to start using timeouts.
The goal here is if Killingly gets 3 first downs, they will actually get the clock down within 2 minutes. I'm going to call it out there. I saw that in that movie, Bobby Boucher, where she called the touchdown play.
Short toss, Allard stays in bounds because he's a smart player.
Amen.
And he's right at the sticks. I think he has enough for the first down. And he does. The chains are going to move.
Yep.
And that is enough for
First down, and because he stayed in bounds, the clock will continue to run, which means they can get this down to 3 minutes without another first down.
Yep. This is the leadership, both teams, and I'm giving them credit because this is the leadership of the experience of the players. Like you see a game with 2 new teams, we wouldn't have this kind of knowledgeable part. He knew he had to keep that clock running. And also the coaches are chirping because now these football players are kind of selling themselves out to get that ball. So again, secure the ball. Run, protect the O.
First down. Broken play. Sumner keeps it, and he's going to get 5 on first down. Give Quinn Sumner credit.
Smart move.
I think that was meant to be that little trap, and it wasn't there, and he wisely went right to the... What was smart, though, this is where I marvel. The play breaks, but he went right to the hole where the trap was supposed to be.
Exactly, and that's his experience. He knew that that step that he took was opposite. It should have been left to get the inside handoff, but his mindset was getting everything all set and forgot his first initial step. So his smartness, again, beautiful, how he turns in, goes right into the hole. It's a kind of quarterback trap.
I mean, he knew where the hole was going to be because he knew the play, and he went there. I think that's brilliant. If he had gone right, it's a loss.
And we're going into that 3 minutes, Casey.
He got 6 yards. Unbelievable.
What a great offensive series for Coach Neal as he's trying to do what pretty much is hard to do on a regular offense. But with this veteran team, it's amazing.
Allard trips up as he was near the first down marker, so he'll be just shy at the 20-yard line. Clock is under 3 minutes now. It's 3rd and 4.
You know, when did we get the ball, or when did the Trailblazers have the ball? I mean, I think when they probably a little bit over 5 minutes.
They had it at 7.
Yeah, so they had it at 7. So this is one of the things that could effectively be a force in their offensive scheme, you know, down the road.
Big 3rd down play here for Hendricken. At least if they can stop him, they force the 4th down and a chance to get the ball back. A first down here, and as I said, they're going to have to start using timeouts.
Yep.
New formation, short side toss. Allard, first down, Trailblazers as he gets to the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 16, but now the clock's going to run with 2:17, and Hendricken's going to have to use their timeouts.
Hey, brother, this is amazing. We're into the 3rd set of chains, 2 minutes and 10. We have the same scheme, and what they're doing in that play they did before was they take the back and flip him over. He becomes that extra player on that side to lead the block, which is making this play positive. No matter what, it's a downhill play, automatic 3+ yards. That's what the RPO is all about.
First down, Trailblazers from the 16-yard line. Dive to Mackey, and he'll get 5 and push the pile on first down. As we head to the end of this game, we should remind you that you're going to want to go to all of our social medias at Game Day CT. That's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and see who the Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game day is. You're also going to want to see the Science Sensational Play of the game. You're going to want to see the Waterford Dental Health Coach's interview. And, of course, you're going to want to see the highlight package brought to you by Messier, Massett, Burdick, and Associates. So lots of videos to watch on our social media at the end of this one.
Lots of stellar plays today, Case, they can pick from. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a lot.
Under a minute. Allard gets it down to the 10-yard line.
And off number 32, Hayden Allard, pick up about 3 yards.
I love this kind of football.
3rd and 3.
You know, people may say that, yeah, why don't you just score? This shows a lot of character in this team and the maturity of both teams. You know, they're going to go out there and represent their league. They will. Bishop Hendricken is an amazing program right there. And for them to continue to fight during the course of a battle where they were behind, you know, shows a lot of character. So 20 seconds ticking right now, Case. That quarterback is looking at that line, Judge. What a game today for the first game of the year, my brother. I love you. That was awesome.
Allard gets the carry, gets it down inside the 10 or 5-yard line, and that will do it. The clock ticks off. What a debut for the Killingly Trailblazers. A 9-point victory, wire to wire, over the Rhode Island Division I state champion Bishop Hendricken Hawks.
What a game, Case. These kids pumped up today. 73 points, which was the year that I was born. Gotta love it. The disco era.
Next week, game day will be at Stonington High School as the Waterford Lancers take on the Stonington Bears. Of course, you're going to want to check out social media Game Day CT for the Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game day, the Science Sensational Play of the game, the Waterford Dental Health coaches interview, and the highlights brought to you by Massid, Messier, Burdick, and Associates. Speaking of the Scient sensational play of the game, pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. And you want to go check out Roberto's Log Cabin because it's nestled in the woods of Lebanon, Connecticut. It's the home of comfort food. Family owned and operated, the cabin serves a diverse menu. It's got some great ribs, burgers. You want to come check out the Hall of History, craft beers, great cocktails, 10 TVs, everything you could want. Stop in and see Rob. Tell him Game Day sent you. Want to thank our sponsors, Phillies, Rich's Auto Body, Dairy Queen, Hyde Park Landscaping, Great Wolf Lodge, and NFA. Of course, Messier, Massid, Burdick, and Associates. For Peter Wappy and the crew and the coach, Pasta Santa Bria.
Yes, sir.
3 pounds of pasta. Thank you, Paul's Pasta. We're going to be out of here. See you next week. Thank you for watching Game Day live on theday.com.
God bless.